unsold. 71 believers. One question. Where does the money come from?
Well, welcome along. Hope you like my introduction with music. The biggest mistake many people make is believing that you need inside information to investigate an opportunity. You don't. Most of the evidence that we use to do these investigations is hiding in plain sight. Before I read today's investigation, I want you to pay attention to how we actually built it, because this is a great example of what you can achieve by using open source intelligence and AI. Practically to do your own investigation so you can do your own research before you invest anything online. When G3Unity landed on my desk, we had almost nothing to work with. We started by copying the entire website, downloading the PDF presentation, saving the YouTube videos, and joining Telegram groups. We looked up the domain name registration, we scraped the names of the people participating, examined the code, compared the marketing claims with the compensation plan, and gave it every piece of public available information that we could find. Then I fed the evidence into AI. Now, sometimes I use ChatGPT. Well, actually I lie. Most of the time, 99% of the time I use ChatGPT because I've got threads of other investigations that I used that help it find content that I've used previously in research I've done to help me be more precise in presenting it back to you. And also when I use other AI like Grok seems a little bit harder and a little bit more bush. That's a word. Anyway, so when we fed this information into AI, not to tell us what to think, but help us organize the information, identify patterns, challenge assumptions, and turn a collection of screenshots into documents and observations into structured investigation. Every claim still had to be checked against the evidence. The important lesson here is that AI doesn't replace investigative journalism, it makes investigative journalism more effective. If this live stream encouraged you to start asking questions and doing your own research before joining an online opportunity, then we have achieved something worthwhile. Now, let's get into this investigation together. I'm going to get rid of the music. So the music that you listen to in the background is also part of the story, because when we report scams, we want to have a big footprint. Now, normally I would find that really painful that when it does that. So there I wasn't quite prepared. 1 minute, please, caller. Let's put that on the right screen. You can see my chat box, and I think it's that one there. Ooh, is it that one there? I hope so. Yay, got the right box popping up. That's a strange thing. So out of AI, we have managed to generate an amazing thumbnail, and I'm learning not to be so fussy. So if you look closely, I actually look a bit weird today. I have got a green eye and a blue eye, but rather than spending another 10 minutes of my life I don't have, I just go with what I've got. And the objective that I achieve is exactly the same. I've asked ChatGPT to go through there and create me an image using parts of my investigation, and and made it look like a war room when I'm doing a full-on investigation, which I think, this isn't clickbait, but this is actually helping people who may be searching the internet for information on G3Unity. Now, I'm guessing that no one has heard of G3Unity. Now, to give you another wee example, let's go into ChatGPT. I go into my Scamdemic folder, and you can see here that I've been asking ChatGPT to give me an introduction for today's video, and I had to have 4 attempts at it. So that's mean I'm not just using AI. I am actually telling AI I don't like what it said, fix it, and give me a better version. Like the previous version up here said something I didn't like. It says you don't need to be a hacker to investigate an opportunity. And I said, I won't tell you what I said. I hope you don't see it, but I swore at it and I told it that I'm not telling people I'm a hacker, because we aren't hackers, and you don't need to be some sort of hacker to actually do an investigation on an opportunity you're about to invest in. But anyway, so what I do, I'm just going to show you some cool stuff here, is ask me anything. So I type in the word POLLQ, and then my Mac has a shortcut. There it goes. It says, please create me a poll. Make it a little bit humorous, because that's my nature. Limit the question to 100 characters, because that's the requirements. And give me 4 options, limited to 30 characters each. Now, I don't type that in every time. So then I come along here. While it's building it, I don't even look at it. I come here and I look at it and I read it. And it says, because now I use my computer to read it to me.
Is G3Unity the next big thing, or just another matrix wearing a blockchain costume?
Right. So I didn't need to think about that. And I can read it. Looks like a matrix. Show me the ad revenue. Wait for the proof. And hopefully this is stimulating people's brains who may be watching this in the rerun thinking, oh, I missed out on doing the poll. And now the poll was live. Now, I normally do that before I go live. So that's using AI. So now I can get rid of ChatGPT. I can go back to my blog. Also, I asked ChatGPT to come up with some lyrics, because now what I'm doing these days is I'm coming here and I'm going to Soho. And Soho allows me to basically create songs quite quickly. So within 10 minutes, I can ask AI to basically give me the lyrics. I'll come along, I'll create the song. I'll put the lyrics in here. It'll ask me for the style of song that I like. I can copy previous styles that I've had, so I'm got continuity going through. And then more options, I can give it a title. I can ask it how weird I want. And it's a very, very good program. So I use this program here. It cost me $10 US a month to use it. But it's allowing me to, I don't know yet, but it allows me to have a bigger footprint. That means, what does the bigger footprint mean for me? So if I go to 3G if somebody was going to the internet and they just thought they were going to rely on Google, they would search for 3G And I would hope that I would come up in the results here. Now, I don't. Now, to get myself in the results here, I actually need to actually have clout on the internet. So I can use Soho Music, and I link it back to the blog, and I use my podcast with 18 different streams like iTunes, Shopify, and all that. And they link back to my website, and then eventually my website gets clout on the internet, which means I become a force. So I know this one, I did this yesterday as a wee bit of a test, but if I don't have a space and search for 3G Unity, then I do come up in the search results. So what I need to do is I need to wait for this blog to marinate in the search engines. But sometimes when I produce content on something that doesn't have any real footprint on the internet, it comes up straight away. But you can see I'm now competing. Now I have to rely on the fact that people may put a space or may not put a space. Now, most people probably will put a space, I believe. But then if I put the word scam in here, it's now going to cross-reference. And now I come up number 1 in the search engines. But not everyone's going to be scam. They probably search for, is it legit or a scam? That's the biggest search term on the internet that people use. So I've been told by ChatGPT. So is it legit or a scam, question mark? So if I come up here, I know I've done my job. So you could come along here. Now you can see what's happening here. You've got my website coming up. You've got LinkedIn coming up, which is me as well. I'm pretty sure that's me. Let's have a look. Yep. So I've posted this blog in LinkedIn. I've posted it in, I've got a whole list of places. Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, Ko-Fi, Patreon, and Substack, which gives me a lot of traffic. But that helps build the credibility. Not the credibility, it helps generate clout on the internet. And then you can come through here and you can see other articles associated to me have come up which aren't related. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but it's pretty cool. So it's about getting your footprint out. So if I went to places like Trustpilot, I could go in there and publish, whether this is a good opportunity or not. So let's have a wee look. So let's first of all go to the opportunity that we're talking about, and we go to here, and I basically search for it, and I found it here that no one's written a review about this company, and it's an unclaimed profile. So I could go write a review, right? And I now want to go back to AI and go back to here. And this is what I do sometimes when I have nothing to do with my life. I need to write a review about this company on Trustpilot. However, Trustpilot does not allow me to write 1-star reviews. They only allow people to write 5-star reviews. So I'm going to give this company a 5-star review about how good of a scam they are. Now, if I use the word scam in the review, it's actually going to flag it and it won't get published because they only want good reviews. So I want you to write a cunning story for me. I want you to write about how this company has quite a few red flags, and I would be very cautious about using their services. But to be honest, I don't even think you can use the word red flags. So maybe we could write a story about how good this company is about deceiving people, but maybe we can't use the word deceiving either. Have you got any ideas how I could write a 5-star review on Trustpilot and warn people without flagging Trustpilot's AI that only wants 5-star reviews? So that's a mouthful, but this is seriously how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Queen Karma, and hello, Nev. Nice to see you here, mate. Just doing that. So this is what AI suggested and come back to. So let's see what AI has actually told me. I'm going to just copy it. And while I'm reading it, we'll
I
copy it.
can't help write content that's intended to evade a platform's moderation or detection systems by disguising a negative review as a positive one. If your goal is to warn people, the strongest approach is to write a truthful, evidence-based review that accurately reflects your experience or investigation. If Trustpilot removes it, you can still publish your full investigation on your own website and link to it elsewhere.
Fair enough. Let's see what
Here's
it
a
says.
factual version that focuses on verifiable observations rather than inflammatory language. I encourage anyone considering G3Unity to do thorough research before participating. During my investigation, I found that the project has a very limited public history, a recently registered domain, a compensation plan centered around a 3x2 matrix, recruitment incentives, lottery features, and advertising-based reward claims. I was unable to find detailed public information explaining the underlying source of revenue supporting those rewards. Before committing any funds, I recommend reading the presentation carefully, understanding exactly how the compensation plan works, researching the people behind the project, and asking where the money funding participant rewards comes from. Everyone should make their own decision. But I believe opportunities involving matrix structures and recruitment-based compensation deserve particularly careful scrutiny. If Trustpilot declines that review because it isn't based on a direct customer experience,
Yes.
that's consistent with...
Yeah, so that's consistent with everything. So that's the battle I have with Trustpilot. There's an individual that's been writing a whole lot of reviews on Trustpilot, trying to defame me, part of a smear campaign that he's running, which is quite funny. But after 300 and 400 emails back and forth to Trustpilot, we discover they don't care about the truth. They only want 5-star reviews. So from my experience, what will happen here is this pending review will be approved, and within 48 hours, they will strip it from their platform. Not because, but the chances of it staying are a lot higher if I put a 5-star review. If I made this a 1-star review, then they scrutinize those. And that's why when you go to a lot of these sites and you're looking for reviews, you will find that they actually only have high-star reviews. And that's because Trustpilot is a business. Trustpilot want you to put this plugin on your website showing off all the 5-star reviews that you've got, and it costs you a couple $100 a month. So that's how they work. But it's an interesting thing. So if you wanted to do an experiment and you have a throwaway Gmail address, if you don't want to put your name to it, and that's fine, it's your choice, I would recommend going in there and actually posting a review. Now, doing this will actually give it a bigger footprint. Now, I've just noticed here that their name has actually got no space between it. So I'm actually thinking, is it actually worthwhile me going through this whole blog now and removing the space between the lettering? And to be honest, I think it is. So so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend all this time, and this is literally what I do. So I've got 34 places where I need to actually go through. So what I can do to save a whole lot of time is I just copy in here and I put this into a text editor. I just dropped it in there. Trust me, you can't see this. I'm now looking for the word 3D Unity, and I'm just replacing them all. Replace all. Did that work? I don't know if it did. Replace all. But anyway, let's see if it did. I think it did. All right, copy, right click, paste. Whoops, hold it. What's that doing? Something's not right here. Right, and now we should have, if I come through here, I should have, let's have a look, G3. Now, I probably broke some code along here doing this, but there is a method of my madness. So now I've got 21 3Gs, and somewhere along the line, it's telling me there is other ones. So all the keywords, the title of the blog, 3G, some things that hasn't updated, but I'm going through them. So this might actually seem painful, worthwhile, but what I'm trying to do is not just create a blog for you guys. And also now I have to change the URL. So I delete the URL in here and I click OK. And hopefully when I go into there, so now when we search for the word, I've got 9 occurrences. I'm not going to redo the keywords. And I'll just make sure that we've done everything we can within a quick amount of time. Looks like we have. And the only thing I'm going to do is put another keyword in there. Alrighty. So what does that mean? Well, it means I broke a whole lot of things now I need to fix, but that won't matter. If I click here, save it, I go to the post, and hopefully it all displays beautifully still, and I've made a mistake. So I'm noticing the artwork here is pretty much, there's a wee space there, but obviously I'm not going to redo the artwork. I've got better things to do in my life. I've got the 3D Unity. I'm pretty sure we're all good to go. Now, there is only one other thing, and that was the PDF presentation. Did it accidentally update that to the wrong name? It seems not. We're all good to go. The only other thing I want to do is come along here, go to my webpage. Well, that's a pretty stern face there, Danny. Whoops. And then we've come back here, and at the bottom of my blog, I've got the URL, which I need to change. And while I'm here, I can't help myself. I'm going to copy that description. I'm going to go back into my text editor that you can't see. I'm going to go to the function. I'm going to go replace all. Copy that back here, paste, and the only thing is here. So why did I do that? Well, I think it will help me get my footprint out there. Yeah, so that should help. Thank you very much. That should help get this footprint out there. So now we have a blog, a YouTube video. So why did I do that? Well, and you can see that the name is now 3G Unity, and maybe I should have done a little bit more research at the time, or maybe I should have pulled up ChatGPT at the time and said, no, the name always needs to be this, but I missed that. But I spend the time doing these blogs because it's not just entertainment that I'm doing here, even though you might find it entertainment. It is actually what we're trying to do is intercept people who are, searching and trying to do their research using Google, who may not have the expertise that we do at going through and researching these songs and the like. So I'm even curious about this song now. I'm going to fix that up if I can. So I'm going to go to Sunho, I think it's called. I'm not even sure what it's called. I'm going to go to, let's go to, how do I go? My library, I presume. And then it's my 3D Unity, and hopefully I can edit the title, which I can. and now I can go tick, and that will update that title. Now, there's probably all sorts of things there I'm missing on this, but you'll get the idea, and we're away laughing. All right, guys, so we're looking at an opportunity here. First of all, I received an email from one of my long-time Avengers, and he asked me to look at this opportunity here. So I'm looking at this this opportunity, and I'm clicking at the engine, I'm clicking at the plans, and I'm clicking at the tiers, and I'm going, oh my goodness, it's just a one-page website. Very little information for me to go on. So then I saw an embedded video on here. So then I clicked on the embedded video link, and it took
Welcome
me
to G3Unity.
this.
Our platform is built on the BNB Smart Chain, fully powered by USDT, ensuring every transaction is fast, secure, and low cost. Deposit USDT to activate your membership, participate in the system, upgrade levels, or enter the lottery. Most importantly, you can withdraw your USDT anytime. Our platform runs on a powerful 3x2 matrix structure with just 12 positions per cycle. As your matrix fills, 50% goes directly to the sponsor and 50% to the placement upline, ensuring a fair and balanced distribution of earnings. Meet the G3Unity ad revenue engine. Spend just 5 minutes a day and earn consistent on-chain rewards automatically. 5 levels. You choose your entry. Level 1, $10 and get $20 back. Level 2, $200 and get $400 back, and so on. Every cycle, every time paid directly to your wallet. Activate the G3Unity Power Matrix for just $20. Unlock bonus rewards of up to $40 in extra incentives. Plus, earn $2 instantly every time someone on your direct team activates a power pack. G3Unity. Maximize your earning potential starting today. Your journey begins with Level 1 Auto Activation. From there, progress through 7 levels to unlock higher potential, no skipping allowed. Plus, our 6x rule ensures sustainability. Each level pays out up to 6 times its value before the cycle resets. Build your team to unlock rank rewards. Earn $20 for 3 members, $50 for 6 members, and up to $1,000 for 50 members. You also earn $5 in residual income for every active level in your network. For extra rewards, use your internal balance to buy tickets for our integrated lottery system. To get started, simply connect using SafePal, Trust Wallet, or MetaMask. Deposit, earn, and withdraw. Experience the power of G3Unity today.
So, questions that come to mind. First thing is, obviously this AI character. Now, yesterday we went through and we showed you where technology is going. Now, I got some really exciting stuff happening in the future, but I can't tell you. But anyway, there was a video. Oh my goodness, I can't even figure out how to. I'll just go to YouTube. So there's a video I keep referring back to, and it's a really, really good one. History. Hello, Pixel. Do you want to come up here and say hi to Dad? Come up here. Come on, up you come. Up. Quick. Poor Pixel's been looking out the window. It's raining here in New Zealand today, and he's bored out of his brain, and he wants me to pat him. He wants to go in and out all day long. It's not happening. Anyway, so this is...
I'll not show all of this video call because it is quite long, but if you're a patron of mine, please check our Patreon feed. You have an extended version. In the meantime, back to our scammer.
Yes. You probably know what I'm going to ask.
Oh, yeah, pickles.
What? Well, is there anyone else in the room and would stand beside you?
No, of course no.
Well, is there anyone you can grab from the office and just stand there momentarily?
I don't understand what your question.
Okay, I don't think that you... Well, okay. I'll ask what I did the other guy. Could you hold 3 fingers up in front of your face? Just to make sure it's a real
why
image.
you need this?
Because deepfakes break whenever you hold 3 fingers up in front. Deepfake images break when you hold 3 fingers in front of your nose.
All right. Like this, right?
In front of your nose, not way out there.
Oh, see his face
you
break
hold
up?
it right in front of you. Like touch your nose. Touch your nose with your fingers.
I will smoke cigarette if you want.
Look, it disappears.
No, hold 3 fingers
Did you see that disappear?
at your nose. Why wouldn't you do that if you're genuine?
Sir, what do you think? I am here to just
I
for
think
bullshit.
it's a
I
fake
did
So this is what's happening at the moment. So when I see these videos and I look at the quality, now I'm very good quality, I like to think I am. And, so when you go back and you're now watching these videos, this is even probably a AI character put on top of an edited video with a transparent background. And it's all generated with AI. But it's still not, to do that, Jim Browning explains that you need a lot of process power for computers to do it. So, the voice is lagging and the quality is normally 720 DPI. So when I look at this video, what I'm looking at is not listening to what they're trying to sell. I'm looking at the video and who's put it together. So Jim Browning here has gone through and managed to get access to these people's computers, which is fantastic. So they actually got a guy that was setting up the audio for them before they did their dirty deeds. And in these pictures here, so this is the administrator, the real picture of him, and you can see it's a lot clearer straight away.
The guy in the picture at the moment is one of the technicians who has set this up. You can see his real forehead because the AI can't identify the face. A second scammer enters the frame, and for a brief moment the AI hasn't kicked in to identify his face so we can see what he really looks like. Let's see that again. Here's the real face and the fake one. I mean, if you're going to fake something, you may as well make yourself better looking.
So obviously these are real people with AI filters over their face. And, and that's just what I'm looking at. So if that's the case, what organizations would be using such software? Now, funny enough, I've been watching, I don't even know if I can find it. It'd be worthwhile showing you some real cool shit. If I can find it, I probably can find it, and I'm actually going to find it. I think it's important. Now, I've got stuck at watching. I quite like watching the singing programs. I don't even know what they're called. It'll come to my mind. Oh, here it is. The UK's Got Talent. But there was a guy in there that they put a camera in front of the singer, and they basically impersonated Simon Cowell. So maybe if I search for Simon Cowell, yeah, that's right. AI singing, that might do it. Yeah, this is it here. Now this is 4 years ago, and hello, welcome. Would you believe this is actually a Australian guy? So this is the guy that they brought out on the stage, and then they put a camera in front of him, and then he started singing. And I probably can't play all the song, and it's probably all copyrighted stuff, but this is Simon Cowell singing a song. So that's the technology they're using to scam. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to think of things like Bond Chat, where Bond Chat's used by scammers. And I'm wondering who they're selling and licensing this software to, and what the practical use of this software where they change people's faces is actually. And then I was amazed because I watched this the other day and I did not realize this was 4 years old. I thought this was recent. So that's where technology is going. So when I see scammers using this stuff, it's obviously got into the wrong hands. But straight away, that's what I've actually investigated from just one video. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I had nothing to go on. But the other things I did is I went to the video.
Welcome to G3Unity. Our platform is
stopped, and I went in and I realized that they had already transcribed the video text that they were reading from and put that in as the YouTube description. So I put that into the blog. Then the other things I could do is I could put go here and I look at G3Unity. Notice there's no space. I should have picked up on that. They've got over 1,000 subscribers, so it's monetized. But the interaction here is 58, 31, 34, and 460 views. So if I do any YouTube shorts, yes, I have 70,000 subscribers, but what normally happens if I go to the right place, Danny's a bit all over the place today. I'm actually exhausted lately. I did it twice. I did the same things twice and got the same result. Now, isn't that called insanity? So we go to my shorts. Now, my shorts are 211, 452, 1.1, 400, 362, right? So these shorts are not governed, I don't believe, from how many subscribers I've got. Even though my subscribers do get pushed these, like this one here, 8,500 views.
You are being scammed. BG Investments have been stealing your money this whole time, and you gullible people.
Let's see if we can go back to that. I don't know why it does that. But anyway, so this one here has been viewed.
You are being scammed. BG Investments have been stealing your money this whole time, and you gullible people have fallen for my trick.
So the guy actually who created that video has actually reached out to me. He didn't actually say anything, but why am I playing these videos? Why am I trying to show you these things? Because if you're using your phone, it's going to be a little bit harder for you guys. Hold it. It's going to be a little bit harder for you guys to actually identify poor quality shit. And that's what we're trying to do here. I'm just going to fix up. I'm just doing some housework while I'm here because I'm naughty. Shorts, that one there. So so I was amazed. See, there's a mistake there because I did it on my mobile phone. And notice this, if you are curious, this particular YouTube short's got 8,500 views, which is a lot for me. And I haven't even done a description or anything in this. I've just uploaded it. It's basically read what's in it. It's 7 seconds long, which is actually, what am I trying to say? It's 7 seconds long, which is the loop that they want you to do, because that's the ultimate length of a video. If it's under 10 seconds and it's good content, people watch it over and over again, and it picks up the algorithm. But I don't produce content, as you might have realized, for clicks. I produce content to archive what we're doing and to have references going back. And I spend ages battling. Even today, I had a video removed, which was recorded a month ago. But we have reused that, repurposed that content and got that content out there. It's a continuous battle to keep the content online and doing what we do. So we are exposing scams, but we're also exposing individuals, and individuals have rights, and sometimes they can complain, and sometimes we battle with AI to talk to YouTube or talk to whoever we need to keep the content alive. They don't care about what we're doing. They care about the law. Copyright is one of the most funniest thing ever. I mean, all my music, if I play music that's owned by somebody else, or even that video I just put of Simon Cowell on there, that's visual copyright. And because of that, my video will get flagged in the next 24 hours if I've broken that visual copyright. And then I would have to write back to YouTube and say I was using it under fair use, and I was using it as an example. I wasn't trying to profiteer from using somebody else's copyright. And it's just exhausting, to be honest. But anyway, let's go back to this. So this whole YouTube channel here, there is one other thing that I could do. So what I'm saying is they're claiming that they've got 1,000 visitors. I think they've beefed that up with some free fake adverts. The main video that we're looking at, it's only got 54 views. It was only online 4 days ago. So this company is right at the start of their journey. Whether they get traction, whether I've just spent 3 or 4 hours of my life I'll never get back trying to expose them. But there was a reason why I took on this investigation. The first thing was that it was one of my Avengers who's been with us for a couple of years said that he's part of a Facebook group, and 2 individuals who run the Facebook group have been promoting this scam within their community. And the Facebook group had about 4,500 views. So I thought, well, this merits an investigation because, which you'll see. But what I'm saying is every aspect of everything we look at is scrutinized. So I'm going to subscribe to this channel and I'm going to go, so that's going to fill my inbox up. I'm checking things out like here. I see that they have view our email address. So then you submit that. So you click on that button and then you click submit. And now I see that the email address, which you won't quite see, which is support@g3unity.com. Right. So that's the first time I ever saw an actual email address for that company, not even on their website. So now I have actually emailed a right of reply to them. Why do I do that? Because if I ever find myself in a courtroom with this company, I need to prove that I tried to get the information correct and I've written a right of reply to them. So I've done that. However, that's how I found the email address, which I always go there and try to find people's email addresses because it's so painful. Now, there is another system out there. Sorry, there is another website out there where if I wanted to do a deep dive even further, I could go to a website called Social Blade, I think it's called. And that enables me to have a bit of a nosy at the health of a YouTube channel. Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm doing this because I'm sort of showing you guys how you can do a little bit of research and how you can actually find out. So for a start here, Social Blade claims they only have 2 videos. Well, I saw 5 videos, so even this isn't that accurate. It says there's not enough history to actually find anything. I could view them on YouTube, but normally in here, if they have done anything, normally it will tell you that all their traffic come in within 2 or 3 hours or a day. Not traffic, their subscribers. And it's a great way of sort of using that to actually scrutinize a YouTube channel. So for example, if I had an influx of subscribers, which I have done in the past, then I can come in here and see what happens. So my YouTube channel says I have 70,000 subscribers, millions of views, blah, blah, blah. And you can come down here and you can see that all of a sudden, for some reason, one of my videos lost 2,500 views. Now, views. So I don't know what went wrong there. And I don't even know what video that is. But that would be a concern for anyone that was maybe looking at my website. So here I have, now my website, my YouTube channel got attacked and we got a whole lot of fake subscribers. People were trying to ruin my algorithm. That's what happens when you have a scam. So I've wrote to YouTube and I've documented it all. I've done blogs about it and I've told them that I've received a whole lot of fake views. They come back to me and told me that they're not fake views, they're real. And then the next day I lost 17,000 subscribers overnight. And I went, okay, guys, whatever. So anyway, then I went back and said, well, how can I lose 17,000 subscribers overnight if you claimed the day before that my views were genuine? Are you telling me 17,000 people lost their YouTube account? But here, because I've still got a lot of those fake subscribers on my YouTube channel, you can see here that big chunks of them all of a sudden get removed. And that's not normal, that 200 people would leave. Also, the traffics may have been, something wrong. 100 people left here. So the last 30 days, I've lost 300 subscribers. Now, hopefully it's not anything to do. Now, it could be because a couple of videos got removed. I don't know. But you can actually pay for these services. You can see February I don't know. I didn't even know what actually happened here. I haven't even looked at this myself. But it's telling me, actually, if I have a look at this here, it looks like I received 29,100 subscribers in 2025, February of 2025. And then they got knocked off again. Well, I don't know if that means I got there, but I don't actually know. But if I went to weekly, daily gained, total, if I go total, you can see here, this is when my channel got attacked by subscribers. And then if you go along here, you'll see, but I don't exactly know how to read this, but I've had a big battle with YouTube and the subscribers I've got. If you look at the growth that I've had steadily going along, I think I was really proud when I was up to I was proud when I was at 8,300. Then I had an influx and it's been dropped off. And then I had this big influx, but then you can see a steady growth along here, which is more reassuring. But if somebody was looking at my YouTube channel and I know what I know, I would say, oh, look, he got a whole lot of subscribers around this time. So then I would go back and see what was happening around this time. It might be because I was on CoffeeZilla, but these stats don't weigh up. But what I'm getting at is open source intelligent investigators like ourselves will actually use tools like this to sort of get an idea of what looks genuine or, I don't even know the word, manipulated. That's why when we go and we research these companies, we'll simply go into their YouTube channel.
Welcome to G3Unity.
We just don't look at the videos. We scrutinize everything and we we can look at that at a glance, and I can tell you that this is not a genuine company. This is a created on the fly YouTube channel. These are AI generated videos, which are all there to give you the illusion that they have something big going on. Other things you could do, we just go to simple things like x.com/3G. So we found that somebody else has already got their 3G name. So now I go and I search for 3G, and they have no presence, as far as I'm concerned, on Twitter. So then I could go to Facebook, and I could go, I wonder if they have a presence on Facebook. So now I go into there and I search, and what do I find? I find nothing. So then I put the space back because they might have decided to put a space in it. What do I find? I find nothing. So then what I could do is I could go and search for hashtag 3G Unity and see if anyone's publishing anything on Facebook using hashtags. Now that's how I found additional information. So Promote Your Online Business is a group with 24,000 members, and this is part of the reason why I did this investigation. And you can earn $227 per day. Read that again, exclamation mark. So this company here needs to be opened up. So now I come through here, and I can see that this person here is promoting this. She's married. She lives in some city. So I can go and have a look at her profile. Go down here, and I can look at the other online earnings. So she's happily promoting this, trying to get people to sign up because she's fallen for it. This is the same company. This is the same lady. This person here, I need to investigate him. So I go through here. Now we go to John, who's promoting this as well. I just joined 3G Unity. This person here, right, you can see where I'm, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, that's that same lady, but because I've this Daniel Jones, new person. So what I used to do is I used to email these individuals, and I used to write to these individuals and say, why are you promoting this scam? Same guy. And then they started reporting me to Facebook, and I lost my Facebook account. So you can't win. Now, interesting enough, I'm looking at this Asian girl here who looks like these are the sort of photos you get out of people who come from these human trafficking compounds. In here, she's put a hyphen in 3G Unity. And here, I don't even know if it's the same one, or are they claiming that they're giving money away, or is this just completely different? I don't know. And I'm not going to click on that one because I don't want to do that. So now I'm getting more watery results. Obviously, the military, that's reinforcing. Oh, here we go again. The same person, Jay Brown. So now what I can do is I can either start spending the rest of my life going through all these. So this page has got 24,000. So now I could literally search in here for 3G Unity, find nothing. We'll put a space in it, and there's the word. And now I'm searching, and I've now found within that group other people that are promoting it. Alrighty, you see where I'm going with this? That doesn't look like a very good picture, just saying. Michelle Cox. So it looks like Michelle Cox is the lady you want to go see if you want to sign up for this opportunity. So just from this here, I can now go to Michelle Cox. She's an entrepreneur. She's got 5 recent photos and nothing else. So this whole Facebook page could be set up by a human trafficking compound, because this lady is just continuously promoting stuff to do with get-rich-quick schemes. Now, because she's promoting, wow. So here she is also promoting Selenium Life. Now, we've been covering that. So what that tells me is that, I can't even say the name right, Selenium Life and this 3G Unity could be coming out of the same human trafficking compounds. This is how easy it is. Here they are using AI as well. So I believe all this stuff is done with AI, and they're using, so this is all the same company. So from this investigation, I can see that there's a connection between 3G and Celerium. I'm always going to get that name wrong. But now I'm curious, and this is where I could go down the rabbit hole. So, yes, I could report this to Facebook, and I could say this lady's promoting pay-to-play opportunities, you know, and we've busted these scams, but Facebook will be quite happily probably taking some paid ads from these people. I don't know. I am crushing it. What company is this one? So easy, withdrawal. So this whole profile will be set up. So Super Ad Pro. Now, this is really crazy. Okay, so Super Ad Pro is something that looks like, at a first glance, a company that basically gets you to look at adverts and do things, right? So I can just about guarantee that it will be the same website, same everything, same offers, same PDFs, same terms and conditions, same everything, but recloaked. So now I'm curious here. Lifelong income business. So I'm actually going to somehow I'm going to go super ad pro. Is that what we're looking at? Super ad pro. Super ad pro. I'm just making sure I spelled that right. And I'm going to open up a new tab. And I'm going to go superadpro.com just for shits and giggles. Nothing. So now I'm going to go hashtag superadpro. And I find nothing. So what have I got here? In Reddit. I can't log into Reddit at the moment. I might log it in. Let's see if I can get into there. And a lot of people seem to scrounge around on Reddit. Right, now we're getting distracted here, aren't we? But what I'm trying to do is trying to find this. Oh, silly me. Right click on that there. Google Lens. It will search, and there'll be somebody on the internet that's used that image, Super Ad Pro, and it's already on behind MLM. There we go. So that's going to save me a lot of grief. Now, Super Ad Pro was put on there in June the 15th, 2000. So here's a company that I bet you anything you like that is connected with all the other things. So what is he saying? Lawson also featured. So this person here, so there's Stephen Lawson has been promoting look at that, and I did go there, didn't I? You saw me do that, superadpro.com. Have I still got that? What did I make a spelling mistake? I put 2 A's in it. That's right. So Super Ad Pro, without 2 A's, Danny, 2 whatever D's. And here we go. Right. Now, watch this, guys. I want to go to our 3G. All right. Now, I said they'll be using the same shit. Create an account over here. Connect a wallet. So there is a difference. But I just about guarantee you anything you like that this will be the same stuff. Everything's $20 a month, low entry fees. They're all doing the same thing. So that's sort of how it works. Now, the fact that this person, Stephen Lawson, is promoting it and has promoted all these other things, I'm now curious whether Oz, oh my goodness, this is just the other day. So it is crazy. I actually think he's published this just today. GS Traders Domain. He's got a couple of our ones coming out of here, but that's just how, you know, so we could scout around the internet. I just need to go through this and find this for my own mental health. Oh my goodness, really? You guys are funny. Oh my goodness. Traders Domain, Super Ad Pro. I actually have a feeling it's really close. I'm just curious. So anyway, so that's how we kind of us go. There it is there. So it wasn't even that long ago. And there's the advert. And here we go. So now we've stumbled across Michelle. What was his last name? Lawson. Okay. So to me, straight away, I wouldn't spend time trying to engage with her because I can tell you now that it will just be set up by a human trafficking compound. So forget that one. This lady here, is she real and she genuine? If we have a look, she's married. If we look at her photos, we can see that she hasn't got that many photos. I would probably just about guarantee that this lady is also this whole profile is being controlled by somebody in a human trafficking compound. And if I went through here enough, you will find that she probably will also be promoting Super Ad Pro. And if we go into the more section, and this is where Facebook could do a lot better. Reviews given, events, but there used to be a way of knowing, how long this person's been on Facebook. And I'm guessing either they hijacked somebody else's Facebook account or it's brand new. She's got 333 friends. I presume this is in the Philippines. I'm just having a guess there. All right, so the next one is Natalie, which is the same lady. She's promoting it. Jimmy, New Jersey, so he claims, have vision, set goals, and take action. Wow, that's just brilliant. And all of a sudden, I have no idea why somebody would put so many photos of themselves, albums, but anyway, that guy does. But what else is he promoting? Let's have a look. Unity Cash. I'm just looking for that other one we just mentioned. Lots of photos of yourself there, buddy. But this could be a real person because the history goes too far back and I'm seeing a lot of real photos. But hey, look, if they're real photos, you look at them clearly and you think, yes, it does look like a real photo to me. It's too clean. Network Pro, he's calling himself. Yeah, but you sort of get the idea how you can spend ages. Here's something else he was promoting a wee while ago. And he said, so it's a 90-day challenge, one up list builder. So that was a sales funnel builder, I assume. Anyway, not into that anymore. So this person here was rampant. So if we look at all photos, we're going to see a car guy. Oh my goodness, he's even got the t-shirt. Is this the guy that was in behind? No, it's not. So he's got a t-shirt. He's a biker. And he's out looking at flash cars. That's just friggin' fantastic. So you're a winner, mate. Chicken dinner. But what can I find out about this guy? Personal details. He's in Delaware, Cape Town. So is that South Africa? And he's busy promoting this. So I could build a profile on this guy and I could go after him and or I can stop him, or I can educate you on how to fight these guys. So this lady here, what's her story? Her story is see all photos. She's looks like a normal person, so she's probably just found it on a Facebook page and thought, yeah, that'd be quite cool if I could get a bit of extra pocket money in here. And so she's just started promoting it to her friends and family. She's showing people her internal policy. She's just sharing her experience. What's the harm? But when you know that these opportunities all come out of the human trafficking stuff, it is ridiculous. Okay, so this one here alarms me because this company here, I've already done an article on him, and I've already in that one there's got 4 government warnings at the moment, and here's 4 other opportunities that he's put on his Facebook. So this person, if it's real, which it may not be, is this a real person? That could be a fake. How can I tell it's a fake? Well, there's a couple of things. My partner's a photographer. The background here, this is taken with F8. The background's blurry. And that's a lot of AI images do that automatically. So that could be a fake image. I'm not saying it is. And then this here, this is not real. This is definitely fake. The whole lot's fake. It's just bullshit. It's too balanced. It just doesn't make sense. So if you can't look at that and go, it's AI, then you need to, figure out this guy. But where does it stop and where do we make our biggest difference? Now, look at this. The same company that I'm having a battle with at the moment, and I did a video about yesterday, is this company, all right? So this is a company that we know is a scam. That photo looked more real. And he's also promoting 3G Unity. So do you see these guys are all in the same bucket of vomit and they just promote anything? And, would you jeopardize, your family and all this sort of stuff by, promoting these Ponzi schemes and scams? What's the deal, man? I just don't get it. Okay, so this is the back end. This is the guy's code that I clicked on. And this is a scam. I've already done 2 articles on that one. AI Matrix. Spillover.com. Okay, so this is another 3-4 hours of my life I could spend investigating a scam, or do I spend my time educating you guys? Mastify. And this is another opportunity which is going to make you rich. You just need to sign up for as little as $1.99 a month, $15 a month, or the big one, the $59 a month, which is $49 a month, which is recommended, and earn cashback rewards up to 5.5 million. Are you kidding me? At what point do people start looking at this and going, oh, it's real? So here we go. Ads flow daily, and the website is called adsflowdaily.com. Now, this is very similar to the one, just looking at the join now, login. So click join now, and guess what I'll have already filled out for me? It will be the sponsor's name. Did it pick that up? It didn't. Must have. Oh, yes, it did. You are referred to by Work with Dan. And we did see his name earlier on, didn't we? So that's another opportunity I could spend 3 or 4 hours of my life investigating. And then here we go. Now I'm going to show you Apple for Apples, $12 per click.net. But let's go to the YouTube channel.
Welcome to $12 per click.
Another AI generated video. And then you come to $12 per click. And what have we got here? We've got a channel, YouTube channel of the latest videos. It tells me it has 22 videos. Once again, 1,500 subscribers. You click on more. There's no email address for me to get information from. We've got YouTube Shorts, and everyone's having a great fun time, aren't they? You know, doing all this crap. You know, and there was a CoffeeZilla video that came out today, and he was showing us about a company called Poly something. It was really interesting, but they were talking about how these companies are doing all these shorts, showing people how much money they're making, and some of the deceptive. It was really interesting. CoffeeZilla's got a new video out about a company. It's on his Zilla. I think it's called Zilla something or other. I always forget the other channel he has. This one here, a month ago. This one here, and this is real deceptive. But what's interesting about this is Polymarket Scandal. They've got another domain name they use for testing and doing their YouTube videos, and it was Poly with an I. And when it's spelt, it looks exactly the same. It was really interesting. But he's done a video.
Today I talked to 2 journalists who ran 2 massive investigations you'll hear about almost nowhere else. The Wall Street Journal, Politico, both talking about how Polymarket has been running deceptive ads. They're hyping up the odds of your...
Now, if you look at CoffeeZilla here, he likes broadcasting in 4. Look how clear the picture is. Does he look like an AI-generated CoffeeZilla?
Success,
No.
many times not disclosing that they are paid to do so, and even worse, a lot of the trades are completely fake. Not only that, these investigations heavily imply that Polymarket knew and facilitated a lot of this deception. Videos just like those, the general...
So have a look at these videos, and you'll get. They're all using the same tactics, right? This is a big company, and they've been totally busted. They couldn't get journalists to write about it because the journalists are associated to the company doing it.
Good deal as usual. But you know,
so this company I don't know anything about it at all, but as far as I'm concerned, you could be watching the news like this, and you could have a bet out there predicting something's going to happen, and then everyone wagers on the bet. And here they are using a fake website to generate the illusion that everyone's winning, and it's done by the company with a fake domain name that's spelt very similar to their own.
Now, there's a lot more videos just like those. The general format is they make a long shot bet, get paid out a ton of money. Isn't that so wonderful? And if you look at the URL, it very clearly
So see, Polymarket, but that's a capital I. That's what he's going to say.
says Polymarket, or at least, that's what I think that says. I'm zooming in. It looks like Polymarket, but the Wall Street Journal says it's a different website entirely.
We have spoken to people who have told us that Polymarket created this website. That this website, Polymarket, was made by Polymarket.
Wait, you said I didn't just have an aneurysm. I just heard Polymarket. What?
This is at least what we have called it. This is the so.
Yeah, so there's the bigger companies are doing the same shit as these, by using these YouTube channels to. Fool people into the illusion that something good is happening. These scam companies, which are out of the human trafficking compounds, are doing the same things. So where does it stop? I mean, how do I stop people? I mean, even what I'm doing right now is going to cause me grief because I've got people's faces on here. This young fella isn't doing anything wrong. I'm not accusing him of anything, but he's out there promoting something he saw on the internet that he thinks is good. And 3D who is the company? Who is really doing it? And then if you go back to here, you can see this Steve Lawson guy is promoting that company and all these other companies. Look at these names here. So how do we as a group, stop people promoting all these opportunities and having free reign to go onto YouTube, even YouTube, and use Facebook to market themselves. So why does Facebook allow companies like this to do what they do? Like, why does Facebook allow this Steve Lawson guy to promote this Super Ad Pro on their platform? I mean, it's just, I can't even, can I get his name right? Hold it. Stephen Lawson. If I spelled that wrong, Steve Lawson. Get that right. So Steve Lawson, which is a pretty general name. I don't think I'm going to find it, but we'll just give it a go for laughs, shits and giggles. And probably he will come up because I think that is him. Is that the one? I think that might be him. So isn't that crazy that he comes up first? Is that the same guy? Oh my goodness. So 14K followers, and we've got this guy out there promoting this crap on the internet. Let's go to his photos. Yeah, there it is, Ad Pro. So why does Facebook allow this person to promote something that is probably pay to play? And then he's probably got a history of, well, we know he's got a history going by not CoffeeZilla, by Oz, So now what I want to do is I love what I do so much that I want to spend the time. So I want to go to my own database and I want to start profiling this guy. Which is that right? So if I start profiling this guy, let's see if I haven't even got a profile on him. So I'll just 1 minute, please, caller. So if I go to persons of interest in my database, I right click on there and I go duplicate. And then I go in here and I put his name in here. Steve Lawson. And then I go Steve Lawson. Now, I don't know where he was from, but I presume it was US. I'll have a wee look later. We'll go there. So we come here, and he's probably in the UK, actually. Working on escaping the matrix. Oh, great terminology there. Contact info. He's on X, so I'll copy that while I'm there. Legal info. Online entrepreneur who uses conform to the notion that we have to work 9 to 5, 40 years, retired, all this sort of crap. Personal details, he's a male. Category, he's an entrepreneur. Names, Bitcoin Trailblazer. That's his name. So, so what do I do? I spend the rest of my life gathering information on these individuals? Or do I put their name? So he's even got an official name for who he is, whether that's the real him or not. And where is his name? Oops, we're going to go back to, so I'm going to go to here. So here he is. It looks like the same guy. So I'm just going to copy that as you do in my game. Copy that. Oh, hold it. Never give up. It gets better and better. Just going to go back to the first part there. Never give up. I won't be here for long, guys. I just want to document this before I forget it. Never give up. So we currently have well over 1,000 people in our database who are just promoting these scams, and no one's stopping them. He looks like a real. There he is. So that's probably the best photo I'm going to get of him today. So I'm just going to take a photo of him with my computer. I'm going to go back to here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Danny's lost it already. What am I doing, Danny? Oh, there. And I will put his photo in here. I will go back to here. I will go to Steve Lawson and put him in there. Yeah, so that's good. Now I need a bit of a backstory, so I can probably just go and copy him. I need to refresh that. I need to get back here, and I don't need a copy story. I just need a link. Put that in there. So that will associate me to that scam. And when I search my database, I will go, oh, that's right, that guy. I'll go to his Facebook page, and he can probably block me from seeing him on Facebook. You know, it's just crazy. So anyway, so I just want to sort of show you, you know, how do you look at this and know it's a scam? How do you build confidence in something like this before you invest your money? More importantly, why do you invest in this sort of stuff? And are you addicted to gambling? Are you addicted to the fact that you could invest $20 and you could potentially make millions? Do you buy lotto tickets? You know, I want to do a breakdown on that one, but I should just about do a survey on which one I should do next. So today we did a full breakdown on money for today, money for tomorrow. Stop waiting for payouts. Enter the world's first 100% automated 3x2 matrix. Code governed everything. Valued is distributed instantly. So now you're going to connect your wallet to that, are you? And then, oh no, well, what you do, because you're cunning, you've done this before, you lost money once, right? Is you're going to create a brand new wallet just for this program. So why would you do that if you didn't believe it was genuine, true and genuine, you know, whatever? And look, they even have a presentation. They teach you how to promote it. Initialize adapt, which is whatever that is. Instant global payouts. Well, that must be on the blockchain. You know, these are, you know, zero human intervention. So, you know, you can't lose. That's even worse because smart contracts are designed to rug pull a lot of the time. Scroll and explore. I don't even know what that means, but you come down here and here's the matrix. So as soon as you recruit a handful of people, you get paid out instantly. And then they'll tell you to not take your money out, but reinvest it on a bigger investment. And then you repeat the process. It's like a chain letter of some sort. So here we go, level 1, 2, and 3, and 4. You get the idea. And look, total registered members, live data. So this is just generated. So what I also do when I first got this one, the first thing I did is went view the page source, and I copy the entire page. And you can see this isn't actually enough of a page to be a whole website. I don't know if you know that. But, you know, that's because this is actually probably in a frame of some sort, which means it's built in layers. So if I do that same thing in a different area, yeah, see, this whole website is generated by other stuff, which I can't explain because I'm not that clever. But if I right-click on it again and go inspect, now I can go through the components of the website, and I can see this is the index page that we just looked at. I can see the logo in here. I can go through all the assets. Now, the assets are building the page, and we can see where they all go from. But, you know, it's quite clever tech that they've used to create this basic one-page website, which isn't going to help me in my investigation at all, really. But in saying that, when I go into the HTML of the page, sometimes we see Chinese characters in there, and that helps us. And you'll see that with Oz every now and again when he's publishing something, you'll see that he's actually poked out the characters, the Chinese words from the code of the web page. And normally he does that quite a lot, but I won't be able to find that on the fly. So, look, I just wanted to give you a bit of a background before we got stuck into what we're doing today. Obviously, I've got distracted, but have I really got distracted? Or is 3G investigation something that may be pitched to you, and it's something that you may have heard about on a website? So let's get into it and let me read what we found. Now, I'll be honest, this is probably the whole investigation has been used. I've used AI heavily. However, I have literally used all my expertise and fed it into AI so we can generate this blog. Now, even to be full transparency, I have not read this blog first. Now, even if I read this 30 times, I can tell you it would not help me read it better. Well, slightly better, only because my memory will get exhausted. So the technology changes, the branding changes, the promise changes, but sooner or later, every opportunity must answer the same question. Where does the money come from? Now, when a long-time member of my community contacted me about the opportunity of 3G Unity, which we've just shown you, there was a surprisingly little information available. In fact, most of the research was done by the email that I received. No major social media presence, no existence history, no flood of testimonials in Trustpilot and the like, no established track record, just a recently registered website. A small Telegram group, a handful of videos, and growing number of promoters claiming they have finally found a transparent alternative to the countless crypto opportunities that have failed them before. Now, from what I probably haven't really stressed enough with what I'm claiming at the moment is the fact that this investigation actually, I didn't have hardly anything to go on, but out of this investigation, I've actually managed to find a lot of who's behind it. And it's actually quite a good investigation with so little information at the start. That immediately caught my attention. Having investigated hundreds of crypto schemes, matrix cyclers, MLM opportunities, and passive income programs over the years, I have learnt that many of them began exactly the same way. Now, BG Wealth Sharing comes to mind. We actually investigated BG Wealth Sharing, and that was a scam, which I believe has taken $1 billion from mum and dad investors from around the world. If you go back to our investigation where we started it here, you can actually see, here is where the scam actually started with. So it started from our knowledge with one called CR Group LLC, and that's took New Zealand and maybe Australia by storm. And then on the 25th of December, they told everyone they didn't put 20% into their balance, they would lose their money forever. They rebranded the company to Signal Raiders, and then we closed that website down. My Ventures and I actually closed that website down to the point where the FMA in New Zealand wouldn't even update their records because they said, we've done the job already. Thanks very much, guys. Anyway, currently in a court case with an individual who claims that he has a right under the Digital Harms Communication Act not to be named and shamed for promoting this in New Zealand. Anyway, that fell over, and then overlapping that was a little bit was either BG Wealth Sharing or PO Wealth Sharing, similar scams. And then we had Nexo, and we had Swiftwave Capital and Vista, and I'll even go as far as to say New Era and Polar Tensor. And even SFC Vibe Rating, which got established here in my hometown. I even went along face to face and got chased out of the building by a big Tongan guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 variants of practically the same type of scam. With my hand on my heart, without even blinking, I would say they all come out of the same human trafficking compound. And we've documented it every stage of the journey. So every time something goes down, now even today, there are still people hoping that they're going to get their money out of BG Wealth Sharing. It's unreal. Even though we found a mirrored scam, PO Wealth Sharing, even though we know there's a lady that was promoting BG Wealth Sharing and got up to S7 apparently, and then switched to Swiftwave Capital. So if we go into marketers, we'll go into this lady here, and then we've got her running around in Tonga. So we reached out to the Tongan bank, and they control the country, and complained about this lady coming to Tonga to steal the money from her. She's Tongan. She lives in Hawaii, I believe. I'm not sure on that, but anyway. Excuse me, no sleep lately. So what happened? Well, she got arrested when she turned up there, and lawyers couldn't actually, the country couldn't keep her under lock and key because they couldn't prove a crime. And then 24 hours after she got arrested, This is her.
Hi there, Chavez. Hope you're well.
Oh my God,
My name
that's
is
a long one.
Linford.
It should have actually landed on.
Hi there, Chavez. Hope you're well.
I don't know why it hasn't done that, but
Hi there, Chavez. Hope you're well.
that was so funny, that one. Anyway, I got some good shorts in here, but what I'm getting at is when she turned up in Tonga, this probably won't work either. I don't know why these click and things don't work. She basically ran the event anyway, and even they couldn't stop her. So it was amazing. So we did document it, and I can't see. Oh, here it is here. Hopefully that works.
Okay, we are here. Swift wave in Tonga. Look, I'm gonna flip this around.
Oh, can't stand a voice, but you get the idea. So what I'm getting at here is that they're all the same, and they're all coming out of the human trafficking compounds, and you need to sharpen up a little bit. If you think this one isn't, and some company has set themselves up a genuine company in your state or in your country and are running a legitimate business, you need to identify that first. So having invested in hundreds of crypto schemes, matrix recyclers and all this, I think I already said that exactly the same way, a small group of believers, a handful of enthusiastic promoters, I promise that this is the same, that this time the model is different. Look, I'm going to have to read that. A handful of enthusiastic, I promise that this time, so what they're telling you is I promise that this time the model was different. The deeper I dug into 3G Unity, the more familiar the pattern became. So how 3G Unity came to my attention. The investigation began after receiving information from a community member that had encountered 3G Unity being promoted inside a Facebook group known as the Best Community. So we got information about this community here. I don't join these groups anymore because I've been banned on Facebook because so many scammers have reported me after me investigating them that I can't. So if I join that group, it basically gives people an opportunity to report me. So I'm not going to join that group. I don't need to, but I can tell you what I can see here is they have 4,200 members, which is quite interesting. Also, according to the information provided, we've got, I'm no good with names, Michael Williams, and I think that's, I have no idea how to say that, so let's have a play.
Braden Grist.
Braden Grist and Michael Williams amongst those encouraging members to join the platform. The source also urged that many of the same individuals had previously promoted opportunities. So through our research, my informant said that these two individuals had also promoted Vortec United, VYB, which is Megan Lynch, and the Quantum Network, which I showed you just earlier on, if you have been following this, that Quantum Network was another scam that I saw when going through all those Facebook pages. So they're all in the same family, and various other programs that ultimately failed to deliver the promises. So, often they read out a disclaimer and they say investments can't be judged on past performance and all this sort of crap. Anyway, so I went to this individual here. Some people's dreams of success while others wake up and work hard for it. I mean, he's basically telling you if you work hard for it, you're going to be successful. That's his motto by the sounds of it. Now, he's not working hard by telling you to give for you to give him money for something he's promoting. He's only got half a few friends. He's in Ontario. I've got that one right. I can just quickly see that he's got pictures here promoting products. I'm not saying Osasonics, is it? That one that they always do. Oh, yeah. And not saying that's a scam, but what I'm getting at, this guy's promoting things that have a commission to it. So this is his personal page. I've actually seen that photo before when I looked at it. He's locked it down pretty tight, but that's one guy that's in that group if you go to this best group again, you'll actually see the admins here are the people that are promoting it. So they've set up a group and then away they go. So the next guy was Michael. And Michael, well, I've been to the Grand Canyon. It's one of the most amazing things ever to look at. And then all of a sudden we've got FTX guy in there. I don't know anything about this guy at all. But I'm not seeing what are we called? G3 Unity images here yet. So he's not doing that on his personal. What sort of bourbon does he like? Richard might be interested in that. Oh, interesting. Not a bad selection. I'm Woodford's Reserve all day long. That's the one I like. But anyway, you get the idea. So they're the individuals that were quite happy to build a community and then promote this to them. That's what we found. And also their history, historically, they've failed to deliver anything they've said. What stood out was the way 3G Unity was being presented. The recruitment message openly acknowledged that many people have lost money to trading platforms, AI bot schemes, mining programs, there's a whole lot all near, staking projects, and other crypto ventures. Readers were told that 3G Unity was different because the founder was personally known and trusted. Now, the founder, can we see him on video? Is he AI? All these things you got to look out for. The implications implication was clear. Previous opportunities failed because the wrong people were behind them, whereas this one could supposedly be trusted because the personal relation they had with people that you already trust. Sound familiar? That may sound reassuring, but trust is not a business model. A sustainable opportunity still needs stable economics. So now we're going to the next section here, and we've got a 3-month-old project with big claims. Now, anything that's got the traction that they sometimes claim in these projects, when you look at the history, they've done it in a very short time. I've built businesses before, like a lot of you have. It takes time, doesn't it? What image was hilarious? I don't know what image was hilarious. I'd love to know what you're talking about. What image is that? Anyway, I want to go back and look at my image now. The first thing I checked out was the age of the domain name. So I chucked it into a site, and I'm going to show you because this one here is more of an educational than anyone. So there's one called URL scan, a URL uniform resource locator scan.io. It's a brilliant, absolutely brilliant service. So I'm going to get the domain name, and we put it into a website like that. And this is where we can tell a lot of things. We can figure out whether we can take this website down. We can see whether it's been detected by certain organizations that don't care. And so the only way for me to get this website taken down would be to get a court injunction and tell the court to order the hosting provider to take down this domain name. I'm just guessing, and we know by just doing this that Namecheap was the company that they used to register the domain name. So that's who you pay your car registration fees to. Like you have your government agencies. Well, the agent that registered this domain name was Namecheap. So that's anyone in the world can use their services. That doesn't really tell me a hell of a lot. But what it does tell me down here is that it's hosted on Amazon S3 servers, which makes it very hard for anyone to remove a website like that. But technically speaking, if it wasn't for the money, we wish that we could go to these companies that are hosting these websites and get them to remove any dubious websites, because they are, I believe, facilitating fraud by allowing these companies to use their services to commit fraud. Because that's just the truth of it, which is gutting. But anyway, this utility is quite handy for identifying that the domain name was registered on May the 27th, 2026, was when their certificate was domain. But look, I didn't even read all this. All I did is I took a screenshot of that and I poked it into AI. All right. Okay. And remember, I'm showing you some tricks here today. We go to News Scam, G3. So I come down here and I was feeding AI all the interesting information that it likes to gobble up. That's when I created my image. And somewhere along here, like more images. I quite like doing the images. I uploaded an image, which would have been taken from there. You just might have to trust me in a minute. We're going to get dizzy. But anyway, long story short, see how much information I've fed in there, which is quite breathtaking. There it is. So there's my image, and I basically said to ChatGPT at the time, I said, so it's come back and it's looked at that image, and this is what it's come back and said. Now we're getting somewhere. It talks to me like I'm human. The most significant thing in that screenshot isn't the Amazon hosting. It is the domain name was created on the March. See, I got it wrong. March the 15th, 2026. This means that G3Unity is not only 3 months old, yet they have already been promoting 2 times Matrix, 70. Oh yeah, so ad revenues, so all the dates of them. They haven't had. I don't think. Is it saying that they haven't had time for their own Matrix to actually work yet? I think that's what it might be meaning. Continuous recycling. That's a lot of moving parts for something that appears to have virtually no public footprint. What jumps out? The timeline doesn't match the marketing. Your YouTube claims it was created in 2024. The domain name was registered in 2026. Isn't that cool? So see how we use AI. So what it's basically saying is the YouTube channel existed first, which means it was probably a recycled YouTube channel or stolen from somebody who didn't remember their login, and they use repurposed YouTube accounts and then set up a YouTube channel. This is what they do. They hack into your they work out for people who don't have 2-step verification set up on their YouTube account. They get access to it. They take it over, or they have previously registered hundreds of YouTube channels or whatever, and then they repurpose them, remodel them. It's just interesting. Copyright says 2026 protocol. So some of the first questions I'd be asking exactly what happened between March 2024 and March 2026. If 3G Unity exists before the website was launched, then where are the presentations, Zoom recordings, Telegram archives, Facebook groups, and all this sort of stuff? So it's pretty cool. So what happens when we did that, it's now created this whole paragraph and put it together, made it easy for me to do a presentation on. So the public records show that 3G Unity was registered on the 15th of March 2026. Promotional material states that it launched on April the 7th, 2026. This means the public history of the project spans only a few months, despite being extremely new. 3G Unity already promises an ecosystem that includes Matrix participation, rank bonuses, advertising rewards, lottery participation, residential income, automatic upgrades, and multiple earning levels. Now, the residual income must be an interesting one. I'm wondering if anyone wants to come forward who's telling me they've got a residual income, I should say, because a lot of the times I'm going to get flack now from people telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. You call everything a scam. Oh, you just don't like multi-level marketing. I mean, Queen of Karma's in there going, yeah, I get that all the time. She's in the chat room. Hello, you. The scale of the claims. Oh, that's something I must do. I've done the scale of the claims. 1 minute, please, caller. Must do something. I sometimes don't set myself up properly, and people are trying to pop up on stage, and anyone's more than welcome. Why can't I do that? Hold Ecamm, window. Here we go. Interview. Oh, it's right there, already done. I'll just put the link. It's always the same link if anyone wants to know anyway, but I always like to make it that people can pop up on stage. Normally when Bob pops up, Queen of Karma pops up, and then when Queen of Karma pops up, Bob pops up. And we're a bit suspicious about that, we're just saying. Anyway, so we've got the scale of the claim contrasts sharply with the visible footprint. Yeah, so those claims are what we're looking at. And this is where you can't just listen to these claims and think, I like that reading, I like that story. You've got to think that these claims are making, outrageous claims. At the time of my review, the official Telegram group contained about 71 members. Now, I can't help myself. I'm going to actually see if I can bring up my Telegram group. I've got a bit of a headache at the moment. Telegram group. Bob, I'll see if I can bring up the Telegram group. I might not need to. Hold on 1 minute, please, caller. Did I lock? I think I did lock. Hold on 1 minute. Telegram group. Boom. I think I linked it through. Yeah, it did. Oh, great. All right, hold on 1 minute. So I've got 74 members now. Let's see if I got the link has expired. Funny. So that means that doesn't work anymore. Well, that was a waste of time. But we're going to go and have a wee search for it and see whether I can find it, because they've updated it. Oh my God. It's all gone now. It's all gone. Danny gone. They must have removed me. Don't know why people remove me. Why is it why don't people like me? 3D Unity. So 3D Unity. Okay, so what we did do is we'll just see if we can flip into this without killing my broadcast. Does that work? So we found this guy called Bradley DeFi Boy, and we actually might try ringing him. That might be better. I'll just do that on another device though. Let's see what we've got. I just want to see whether it will ring and why I was kicked out of the group. DeFi. Where do we find Bradley? Bradley. I'm just going to send him a message so it pops up at the top of my list. Hello. Right. So hopefully that will work and I'll be able to. So I'm just going to see if I can ring him on here. There's Bradley. Let's see if we can ring him. How do you ring them? So hopefully you'll hear that. But what I'm getting at is they've kicked me out of the group. And I might just ring up this Bradley guy and see why he kicked me out of the group. And in here, I will post the link to our video. See, these guys are cowards because any legitimate, and this is the thing, if you're going to get involved in anything, you might as well, you know, so it's ringing, but he's not answering, but you might as well ring them up. If they don't want to talk to you, then don't get involved. Just don't get involved anyway. That's my best advice. Yeah. So as a rule, I can just about guarantee that it's no use me actually torturing you guys and giving you a link that won't work. So I'm going to go in here and remove the Telegram link. Telegram, and that will save us a lot of grief and you a lot of grief. I think we'll just go unlink that and we will save that. Oh, he doesn't want to answer me. Funny that. Anyway, so what I'm really proud about, and this is what me and my Avengers do. So I'll just refresh that. We'll go back into what I was doing. I'll stay focused. Don't get distracted, Danny. There's so much, you know, like this is why we investigate stuff. So we got down to, so at the time of my interview, the official Telegram contained approximately 71 members. Now, I think Bob will still be in that group. Put you in there, Bob. 71 members, so it's now probably got, it had 71 before I joined. While relatively small, the group proved to be one of the most powerful resources of information during this investigation, providing additional promotional material, onboarding guidance, insights on how the opportunity was being presented to participants. The YouTube channel claimed to have 1,500 subscribers, yet engagement appeared to be minimal. The main introduction video had only a few dozen views despite its being newly released. It had 25 views. The website itself consists largely of landing pages and downloadable presentations. For the project presenting itself as the future of decentralized earnings, the public presence is remarkably small. It's not all about size, ladies. The contrast between ambitious claims being made and the limited size of visible communities became one of the recruiting themes throughout the investigation. Right. The founder and the missing transparency. In the next section, one of the most, the first questions I asked when I investigate an opportunity is pretty simple. Who's running the damn thing? Surprisingly, the official website provides very little information. Visitors are encouraged to connect wallets, activate memberships, participate in the ecosystem. 71 people in their Zoom meeting. Leave it to your imagination how good that's going to be. Yet there is no prominent founder biography. Executive profile, a company background explaining who created the platform. Now, if you go back to my previous conversations with those guys in the Facebook groups who said that they have been part of previous scams that have fallen over, they were encouraging people to join because they knew the founders. So why isn't the founder present? And are we only going to find an AI version of him? Or was that him in the video? The answer only appears within referral material being shared by promoters. According to the material, a founder, I don't even know how to say his name, Ian Nimnick.
Ian Nimnick.
Nemec, not far off. I'll just turn that down a little bit. Sorry for blowing your eardrums if you're wearing things. I wear these in my ears so I can hear myself talking. It sounds quite sexy. While the developer is identified as William, promoters, it might be the same William that was in the Facebook group. Promoters repeatedly emphasize that Ian can be trusted because they know him personally for many years and communicate with him regularly. So, I don't know. What about you guys? So let's just say, he's the founder. So what do? First of all, Danny, you go to LinkedIn. This is what I do day in, day out. I'm getting a bit tired of it, to be honest, but I still love it. Right. So now we've got two Ians, one in Canada and the other one in Canada. Oh, there we go. That's going to be interesting for Queen Akama. So hasn't done any posts yet. And he likes Guy Kawasaki and Richard Branson, and nothing here. So that could be fake. Oh, this one here, Boilermaker at my own. He's in Canada. He's got 2 connections and also not filled out his profile. So LinkedIn's not going to help us find somebody who's clever enough to build an ecosystem and have a community. So let's go to something a little bit more easy. Let's just go to Facebook. Now that last name is probably going to help us. Oh my goodness, what have we got there? Hold it. What the heck's that? Oh my goodness. BG Wealth all over again. Oh, it is BG Wealth. Oh my goodness. Have they rebranded it again? Oh, so sad. These people, I mean, so what am I looking at? This is what happens. So in the Philippines, you can get locked up in jail for doing stuff. Everyone in the community for members, try again. This community is for members of chat top mode. So it's basically I tried to join, and I think it's told me I'm not allowed to, but I'm just looking at this now. I'm getting distracted again, but you can see join the group. Everybody, the community. I don't know. But anyway, what am I looking at here, guys? I'm looking at a new logo. Let's have a look. So smart trading AI. So is this the new thing? Hold up. I've just got to, this is like, how do we, so all the people that lost their money, smart trading AI powered, right click on this, join Google Lens. This is how we do investigations. That's crazy. It is more than crazy, isn't it? It is, I think we found it straight away. AI's trading. Let's have a look. I'm looking at I'm just looking for similarities. Oh, my head literally hurts right now just thinking about this. AI best. AI bots. Please stay away from AI bots. We have got one signal here. What's this here? And this looks very similar to BG Wealth Sharing, and I don't even know if this is connected here. What's the name of it at the bottom? They always put their name at the bottom. OC 2024. Trading involves AI provides. Don't know. Anyway, let's go back to what we do know, and that's here. So what have we got? Smart AI powered trading. Okay, what's the website address going to be? OTC bot. OTC bot. OTC bot. Wow. So here they are promoting it under BG Wealth Sharing. We now have new shit coming in, and they've rebranded it again, have they? And it's the same community. So it's all about these communities. Okay, I'm just dying to find the website address for that one. Anyone want to find that? That is just friggin' crazy. Oh my God, 5% daily profits, even better than the old one. Oh my goodness. I actually feel like crying when I see stuff like this. I just feel like everything we do is not getting anywhere. I just don't know. Can anyone else remember? I don't know if you're brave enough to join their WhatsApp group. This is the other side of AI is people can generate stuff that looks really good, and it comes down to everything really. Okay, so now we've found now here we go. So this is how we get it going, guys.
If you are looking for a digital platform that combines features like smart trading, high accuracy.
Now the music in the background is copyrighted, so I have to stop that. Now we've got music. We can post comments. online promotion. We've got a WhatsApp group here. More information. I'm going to click on that one, see if we can get that going. Open that, see what happens. Right. So, g'day. 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 How are you going? Have you got some more information about? So I've got a chat going here where somebody's actually offered to chat. We'll just see if they come back. What is it called? AI Bot Pro. So let's just see if I can find an address about. So I've got somebody here that might help us out. No. There's a phone number there. But anyway, what have we got here? Where can we find the actual website address? Cool. We've got name, WhatsApp, English. And then obviously we go to the homepage of the website. The YouTube channel. We've got 400 subscribers and we've got a whole lot of other shit that they're promoting. But no website address. United level 1, level 2. Scam. Yeah, there we go there. So AI bot trade. But normally there's it's got the same guy promoting it. So either he's changed flavors, and this is 2 weeks ago, which is perfect timing for everything, or he's rebranded the company already because these are the latest videos 6 days ago. And they're obviously targeting different countries. Still going to the same WhatsApp group. Chat, join, more information. Just see if I can go here. Join. No. Please try again later. Market information. Ah, yes. Unreal. It just goes on and on and on. And I just.
বন্ধুরা, আপনারা যদি এমন একটি
Oh my God, it's AI rubbish again.
મિત્રો જો તમે એક એવું ડિજિટલ પ્લેટફોર્મ શોધી રહ્યા છો
See if they have a website address at the end
ટીમ
of this.
બનાવીને સારી દૈનિક આવક
They sit
મેળવી
behind the
શકશો
website address.
હવે
There
કંપનીના
we go.
મુખ્ય રોકાણ
Stop. So AI bot pro trade live. AI bot pro trade live. All right, let's go here. So now we've got what theoretically is another. No, I've just done all that wrong. 1 minute, please, caller. One trade pro bot AI enter. Oh, I think I've even seen this already. So, yeah, it's disgusting, isn't it? So because I can't help myself, and it looks like a nice shiny logo, here I'm going to go like this. Boom, you know what I'm doing this for? Poof. And then we're going to do a screenshot of that. All right. We're going to go to here, and we're going to we'll just go to AI. Oops, we'll go to AI, and we just come in here. I'm starting a new investigation on a company called. Do you have any information on them so far? Question mark. Right. Anyway, so while that's doing that, I will rush off here. Click that. We'll go home. We'll go Ponzi schemes and scams. We'll right click on that. We will go. This is my database, which we use all the time. There's one there. So that one there, we like to make them look pretty. So we add a wee logo. There's our logo. We will even make it look prettier. We'll add that in there. We will get rid of a whole lot of stuff. Or actually, I might keep one of those so we know what it's all about. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that was so what I really want to do is grab those photos of those people wherever they went. Where did we get those from? So here, Philippines. Sorry. Yeah, I want to go back if I can. Wonder if they're going to stumble across them. I want those photos of those Filipinos people holding up those things going, we're going to get rich. Namnik. BG Wealth Philippines. Well, let's just go to. Hold it. Let's go here. We did see them holding them up. Where is you holding them up, peoples? There we go. That's what I want. That's just sad. Very sad that it's just never going to end, isn't it? So put that over there. We've now got the website address, which obviously take. That's probably another one, but we ain't going to do all of them. What have we got? We need to. So what have we got? What does it tell me first glance? Oh, too much information, but let's have a look at what it starts telling us.
Yes, I had a look and there are already a number of things that immediately stand out. While I haven't completed a full investigation yet, this is my first pass assessment. Initial observations, the website appears to have been created as a modern AI-themed crypto trading platform. It claims to offer AI-powered crypto trading, automated trading bots, real-time market analysis, B20 USDT deposits, AI trading signals, instant withdrawals, 24/7 automated trading. The homepage is full of marketing language but very light on verifiable evidence. Immediate red flags. No company identity. The site doesn't appear to identify the legal company name, company registration number, jurisdiction, financial license, regulator, directors. Instead, it simply brands itself as AI Bot Pro Trade. That is a major concern if they're accepting customer funds. 2. Anonymous team. The website has a team page, but I would be extremely interested to see whether those people are real people, stock photographs, AI-generated images, stolen LinkedIn profiles. This is something I'd definitely investigate. 3. USDT only. The site specifically tells users to deposit using BP20 USDT. That's a pattern we've seen repeatedly with previous schemes because crypto transactions are irreversible, difficult to recover, easier to move between wallets, avoids banking oversight. This alone doesn't prove fraud, but it's certainly consistent with many schemes we've investigated. Now to 4. AI buzzwords everywhere. Nearly every section uses phrases like AI intelligence, smart automation, AI signals, AI analytics, AI dashboard, AI accuracy, machine learning. But I haven't yet seen any explanation of what model is being used, where the trading occurs, audited performance, independent verification, actual trading history. Instead, it's largely marketing language. With a very polished website. Interestingly, the site looks professionally built. That doesn't make it legitimate. Over the past few years, we've seen dozens of professionally designed crypto platforms that disappeared with investors' money. 6. Questionable statistics. The homepage advertises figures like active traders, millions in trading volume, countries served, 99% availability. I couldn't immediately find any evidence showing where these statistics originate. Things I'd investigate next. This is where I'd normally start digging. Domain history, registration date, registrar, previous snapshots, DNS history, previous owners. A brand new domain would significantly increase concern. Company registration. Does AI Bot Pro Trade actually exist as a registered company anywhere? Financial regulation. Are they licensed by FCA, ESIC, SE, FinTrack, FMA, SISEC, MAS, or anyone else?
Mitulara, Miru, friends.
Wallet tracing. Since they're asking for USDT deposits, I'd want to collect deposit wallets, withdrawal wallets, hot wallets, linked addresses. Then trace movements through blockchain explorers. Terms and conditions. Often the real story is hidden there. I'd be looking for wording like no guarantees, discretionary withdrawals, frozen accounts, compliance reviews, account termination, bonus restrictions. Trading claims. I'd want evidence they are actually trading. Many previous scams we've investigated simply displayed numbers on a dashboard while little or no trading occurred. Images, I'd reverse image search. Staff photos, office photos, certificates, testimonials. Corporate links. I'd also look for links to previous scams. It's very common for operators to reuse website templates, support emails, wallet addresses, Telegram groups, WhatsApp numbers, administrators. Overall first impression, nothing I've seen yet proves this is a scam. However, it already displays many characteristics that I routinely see in high-risk crypto investment platforms. Anonymous operators, crypto-only funding, AI marketing buzzwords, no obvious regulatory information, no independently verified trading results, unverifiable statistics, emphasis on automated profits rather than transparent financial services. Those aren't proof of fraud on their own, but they are enough that I'd approach this platform with considerable caution until much more can be independently verified. If you're planning a full investigation, I'd be happy to help build it properly. We can work through one domain and
You see how AEI is brilliant for me, being dyslexic. I literally have a reading and writing level of a 9-year-old. But I can create a blog about this company just like I'm doing about this company. And then hopefully it saves somebody. You know, it's just unreal. So let's carry on. It didn't come this far, it only come this far. According to the material, the founder, Ian Nimnick, which we went hunting for, couldn't find him anywhere. While the developer is identified by William, promoters have repeatedly emphasized that Ian can be trusted and they know him personally for many years and communicate with him regularly, but we couldn't find him online anywhere. Wonder why that is. And then they're going to say, oh, well, we actually only talked to him on Zoom and he looked like an AI. That claim may satisfy existing members, but it raises an obvious question. If transparency is one of G3's Unity's strongest selling points, why is the founder's identity largely absent from the official website, only discoverable through recruitment material? Transparency normally starts with the company itself, not with a referral link. And you can't sign up for the platform unless you know somebody, which means you will never get to the top of the pyramid. I would not update the A3-month-old claims section with those names. This section is about domain names. Oh, look, that's ChatGPT let me down there. The term I find it actually a new piece of evidence. So there we go. So that's where I've stuffed up. Now, the reason why I asked to do that, you may be interested in though, is when I found the Telegram stuff, I wanted to update it. I would not update the 3-month-old claims. Something will naturally into this article. Something like this would fit with no referral link. So let's get that rid of it. So that was embarrassing. Just as well I weren't trying to make out I wrote this from scratch. Ha ha ha. Hey David, nice to see you here. What have we got? So let's go back. So anyway, from the best part of this investigation was actually going through the what we found in Telegram and YouTube, which we didn't have a hell of a lot. But obviously I've gone through the YouTube channel. I've shown you how that looks like it's basically bogus. The founder is missing, even though people in Facebook pages claim he's real. And then where I got most of my intel from was actually inside the Telegram community, which I've now been kicked out of. So as part of this investigation, I joined the official G3Unity Telegram group to understand how the opportunity had been promoted behind the public-facing website. At the time of the review, the group contained approximately 71 members, making it considerably smaller than many established crypto networking opportunities. Despite the modest membership, the group provided a useful glimpse into people already participating in the ecosystem being shared with prospective members. So what I did is I actually took screenshots, which I don't even know if I've actually kept those screenshots because there wasn't really any need. But when we're doing investigations like this, sometimes I do actually keep the screenshots, and I didn't. But I did do screenshots of the individuals that were in, and I have to do this now, in this. And then I told ChatGPT to exclude anybody that was not a real name. So I didn't want to know 3G Hager if that was their name. But now I'm curious, because I've been kicked out of that group, whether I still have those screenshots in here. Because I don't think I do, but I might do. But if I come through here, you'll see what I'm doing this for. Let's have one more. 3D. See how much information goes in and make sure I've got the right blog I'm going through before I waste everyone's time. Not there. Must be getting close. Unity. No. Oh, maybe it was there. I missed it. No. What have we got there? That was no. there must be a way where you can actually go in and find all the screenshots that you used when doing an investigation. Maybe I'm not doing this right. Maybe I need to go here, move the project, printer chat, view files in chat. Oh, that might even, oh, look at that. So now I can, but I'm not going to be able to see them unless I do this. But will I get them in the library all together at the same time is the question. And they're all broken. So no. Oh, hold up. 1 minute, please, caller. So maybe I've just figured out how to use ChatGPT. Always learning, I tell you. But what I did do, rather than bore you, I took screenshots of all the names of the thingies that we had in the Telegram group. And then I asked it to extract all the not real names. And these were the people that we found in the Telegram group that were either promoting it or learning more. Now, there was a couple of people that were learning more, because when I went in there was one lady who reached out to me and said she loves my YouTube channel and she watches it frequently. And I'm going, okay, but what are you doing in here? I felt like saying. But if you go and search for these names that I now have in my blog, normally when you search for their names, if they don't have a big presence, you'll find that my blog will dominate. If that person was involved in a scam and somebody put scam, it will come up, and then you can see what I do with that information. So here they are here. I've had to add the word scam, because that's, if anyone searches for that person's name and asks us whether they're involved in a Ponzi scheme, this page will come up. When you click on this page here, it will take you to the blog in question. If this person continues to promote other opportunities, we keep adding their names, and eventually we have what you call a pyramid of cluster of information about that person and the opportunities they promoted. And it helps us with our investigation. So if you go back to my personal, all my Ponzi schemes and scams, if I go to, just use this one here, for example, I can see there's 6 people currently promoting this Ponzi scheme and scam. So then I can go back to Ruben here, and I can go into Ponzi schemes and scams, and I could see if he's promoting other Ponzi schemes and scams. So eventually what we do is we have a cluster of people, serial promoters of these Ponzi schemes and scams. You may see me storming into a Zoom meeting, and then, and that's, and you'll wonder why I go hard after these people, because I personally know who they are. So there's all the names of all the people that were in the Zoom meeting, along with the numbers, the numerous other members of nicknames and particularly identifiers, first names only. So we removed all the first name people and all the nickname people. The significance of these names is not necessarily founders or leaders of G3Unity. Rather, they demonstrate that real people are actively participating in promoting the opportunity. Several of the names identified are familiar to me from previous investigations involving crypto-based network opportunities, matrix programs, and MLM-style ventures. As always, participants alone should not be interpreted as participating alone should not be interpreted as wrongdoing. However, documenting who is involved can be important if questions later emerge about how the opportunity was marketed and who introduced others into the program, because these programs only work by referrals, don't they? It's by building trust, as we've just seen in the Facebook page there. The 2 people who run that Facebook page are trusted, and now they're telling people that they trust the person behind the scheme, and then because you trust them, you trust the person they're talking about, and it's just, that's how they all grow. What I found particularly interesting was some of the promotional material and operational guidance being shared inside the Telegram group went beyond the public available website. Yeah, there's a lot more intel in that group. Members were encouraged to focus on growth, positioning, duplication strategies, while administrators shared onboarding information and community guidance designed to support expansion of the network. So all these systems, we often say, where does the money come from? And if you listen to our song, you'll hear that's the first screaming verse of it that we've put out there. Where does the money come from? It comes from you recruiting, and there's no product. Why would you sell something to a friend when there is no product? For investigators, these private communities are often provide more accurate picture of how the opportunity functions. that the polished marketing found on the website, the built website sells the vision. The Telegram groups reveals how participants are encouraged to build it. The matrix at the center of the opportunity. The most revealing document revealed in the 3G Unity's own is in their own presentation deck, which I call them pitch decks, but that's some reasons called something different. Unlike many opportunities that attempt to disguise the structure, 3G Unity openly promotes the 3x2 matrix system. So let's just tell everyone we're using guns and we're robbing banks. Let's put it in our PDF that you must get a gun and you must rob people's money. According to the presentation, participants enter the structure consisting of 12 positions, with 3 positions on the first level and 9 positions on the second level. The presentation explains that members must first fill 12 spots to complete the cycle, and then you'll get paid. In the meantime, if you don't get paid and you get to 11, then they benefit and you get nothing. That's the way I look at it. The statement is important because it reveals how progression occurs in the system. The matrix advances when positions are filled. The presentation repeatedly focuses on placement, referrals, upgrades, and cycling. Not the cycling that I'm thinking of. It does not spend much time discussing customers purchasing products or business paying for services. Instead, the emphasis remains on network growth and matrix activity. Now, for those people out there that like Amway and multi-level marketing, then why aren't you guys promoting these opportunities as well? They have the same. Is it because they don't have a product? Well, they do have a product. I mean, a lot of people say you just don't like multi-level marketing. Well, there is illegal multi-level marketing, and I'm not going to support legal or illegal multi-level marketing because I think it's disgusting. I don't think people should be sold on the idea that if they recruit that they're going to make the money, because it always is the question, where does the money come from? It's not coming from the product sales, it's coming from recruitment. Even with Amway, you still have a cruddy product, a fantastic product, but most of the money is going to the recruitment, and that's where they focus on everything. The terminology may be modern and wrapped in blockchain language, but the mechanics are familiar to anyone who has spent time examining these matrix. Hello, Toya Trump. Nice to see you here. So if we go back to the presentation pitch deck, I don't want to spend too much time on this one today because it's just another day in the office, but here's the first slide that you would see if you were being marketed to. It isn't like, welcome to our product, we're selling curling tongs or hair dryers. It says 3x2 matrix and lottery system on Binance Smart Chain. Now, in New Zealand, once upon a time, I had the opportunity to purchase a domain name for $500, which was a bargain, called casino.co.nz. It was illegal for me to own a domain name, even because I couldn't use it for anything because I didn't have a gaming license. So promoting lottery and gaming in New Zealand is illegal. So how would I go about promoting this to my friends and family if I was providing a lottery system? I would not be able to promote this in New Zealand. It would be illegal. So it had 2 memberships, this website, the Pioneer and the Legend. The Legend, you save money. When you sign up here, 50% of your $250 goes to your upline. But what are you getting for your other $150? Let's find out. Access to 7 matrix levels. This is their product. Automated mapping, a wallet mapping. Well, that's fantastic. And standard weekly lotto entry. You get to be in a lotto. You might as well go buy yourself a lotto ticket for your country. Legend, all Pioneer structural benefits. Priority protocol support, whatever that means. Do you know what that means? I have no idea what that means. 0 renew function and delay. So you're going to be delayed if you use the other system? I have no idea. Anyway, in previous information, we found out that 50% of that money is going off. So 3x2 matrix structure, fill 12 spots. You sponsor 1, sponsor 2, sponsor 3. Boom, you're in the money. Complete 12 spots and complete the cycle. Then you've got, this is where it just makes me glaze over, 7 tiers of scale. Drag through the matrix. Turn on auto upgrade to compound your way to legend status. Oh, I want to be a legend. Unlike 6 times the earning potential. 6 times. So I can now earn $1,000 on level 7. I'm bored already. Unity, 3G Unity, instant fair split payout. 50% direct to sponsor payout, USDT, and placement matrix payout rewards the community structures, reward your personal marketing efforts. So you're going to get 50% of the loot. I don't follow that. Anyway, that's got to be great. This is a great opportunity. The compensation structure. It's like saying to people that I'm going to, if you give me money, I'll let you into my company, and I'm going to give you a pill that's going to help you live forever. It's also going to give you another pill that will give you any car in the world that you want, and then also you're going to have the most beautiful people in your life. And that's all given to you. You just need to give me money first. And you go, oh, that sounds too good to be true. So you sign up and you pay for this stuff. And then you walk into the business and you go, well, where's all the beautiful people? Where's the car? And where's all the wealth I was going to have? This is just the lies they use to fool people into signing up. They don't care about what happens once you've given over your money. Anyway, I just thought I'd chuck that in there. Don't know if that made sense. Activate the power matrix for just $20. Give them $20. Earn up to $40 in extra incentives. Pocket $2 every time a direct team member activates your power pack. Oh my God. Sounds too good to be true. One-time rank bonuses. You got bronze, silver, gold. Sound familiar? Platinum, diamond, elite. Oh, I want the elite. Now we're down to $5 residuals for every active level you hold that hasn't recycled yet. We're dropping $5. Father Christmas out there throwing out the money into your wallet every month. $5 into your wallet every month. It pays to stay in the game. I love the terminology. Weekly. I'm going to say weekly. It sounds much better. Weekly lottery from 3G Utility. Now there's a space between 3G Utility this time. Purchase. I thought you got this with your membership. Purchase lottery tickets. Log in every Saturday to 3G. I'd love to know what you're logging into. Withdraw lottery winnings if you are a winner. Join 3G Utility in 3 steps. Get a wallet that you don't care whether you have all the money sucked out of it. Plug it into their system that's ran from a human trafficking compound. Fund it with USDT so we can make sure that there's money in there. And then add USDT BEP20 for activation fee. What activation fee? Anyway, activate and earn. Use a referral link to lock your position in the matrix. So you can't sign up unless you lock yourself in the matrix. It just gets better and better. Anyway, so that's what we found from the presentation. Follow the money. And this is really important if you don't know what you're doing. The compensation plan is surprisingly straightforward. According to 3G Unity owned material, matrix payout are divided equally. 50% goes to the direct sponsor. Wow. That means you literally, if you get somebody who's going to pay $50 to join, you get 25. 50% goes to the placement matrix. Well, what's the company getting? Anyway, the company presents this as fair and automated distribution model. From an investigative perspective, however, the more important question is not how the money is divided. The more important question is where the money originates. When activating opportunities like this, I look for evidence of genuine external revenue entering the system. What products are being sold? Are services being provided? Are external customers generating revenue independently from recruitment? Available 3G Unity material repeatedly focus on members joining positions filling matrix cycling, not that cycling, and network expanding. That does not automatically prove the model is unsustainable. It does mean the burden falls on promoters to demonstrate where the underlying revenue is coming from. The ad revenue claims deserves closer examination. So ad revenue claims, this is going to be good. One of the most interesting aspects of 3G Unity's pitch is that it calls an ad revenue engine. Now we've seen the ad revenue engine one that we just looked at a few minutes ago. So these are going to be very similar. According to the website and presentation, members can spend a few minutes each day watching advertisements and receiving rewards generated through advertising activity. Sound like BG Wealth sharing yet? On the surface, no, it actually sounds like CF Vibe, CS5 something. What was it? This is where they actually watched adverts, and this was, I do believe these are all connected, but I went and gate crashed it in person. CFC Vibe ratings, and what you were doing with this opportunity is you were actually paid to watch adverts, and you were to pay $1,200 US, and once you paid $12 US, that's nearly 2,000 New Zealand dollars, you would actually have to watch 5 adverts, 10-second adverts a day, and they would pay you $40 US back. Now, this scam took off in New Zealand, and they've actually got 5 companies registered in New Zealand, and 3 of those companies have actually now set up premises in New Zealand where people can go in and pay $1,200, and they take the money and they put it in their personal bank account or the company's bank account, and then they go and they set you up an account, and you're good to go. You pay $1,200 to get yourself a job where you just have to view adverts. And here they are basically saying the same things. A few minutes each day is watching advertisements. Now, the advertisements you're watching, you're meant to rate them, I assume, and receive rewards generated through advertising activity. Oh, maybe, that's if that's what I think it is. Are they saying that you watch the advertisements, and because you're watching them, you can generate money for being advertised to? On the surface, that sounds plausible. Advertising is a legitimate global industry. The problem emerges when the project renews and examines, when the project rewards are examined more closely. The presentation includes samples showing participants activating positions and reviewing significant larger rewards over time. In several cases, the example effectively shows a doubling of the amount committed. So eventually you're going to be hooked into doing what you do with not spending much money, and then you're going to build trust and have confidence, and then it was going to say, right, let's go for real, and then you launch some big money into it, and then you can say goodbye to your money. Naturally, that raises some important questions. Who are the advertisers? What advertising networks are involved? So if we go back to my one here, they claimed, would you believe this, that they had Coca-Cola, Walt Disney, Universal Studios, what's Coca-Cola, I think, were struggling to find people to review their adverts. And this company was employed to do that, which is absolutely batshit crazy. But I do have a feeling, is it still going? Your login has expired. Well, and that's all you got when you went to that page. You just got a mobile version of it. But anyway, that's what they were telling people. So that's why we're asking these questions. What advertising networks are involved? How much revenue is generated per advertisement viewed? What independent verifiable evidence exists showing that advertising activity alone can support the rewards being produced? During my review, I found promotional claims. What I did not find was detailed financial disclosures, advertiser information, revenue reports, and independently verified evidence capable of answering those questions. For a project built about transparency, the absence is significant. Recruitment, rank bonuses, and lottery rewards. Everything everyone ever wants an opportunity, eh? CFTC vibe, that's right. Supporters often describe G3Utility as something participants can enjoy without actively recruiting others. Technically, that is true, maybe. That may be true. Compensation plans tell a different story. The 50% here, 50% there. There's no money left anywhere else. The presentation includes rank bonus tied directly to recruitment activity. Members receive rewards for reaching various milestones, beginning with 3 active referrals and extending all the way to 160 active directs. Well, that's the part I missed so far. So now I'm referred 160 people. How did I get there? Anyway, let's find out. Conversation plans reveal priorities. Companies reward the behavior they want repeated. So if you're good at recruiting, you're probably going to benefit from these schemes. When bonuses are tied to recruitment becomes an important part of the ecosystem, regardless of how it is described in the marketing material. The platform also introduced a lottery component, allowing members to purchase tickets and participate in weekly draws. Purchase tickets? Oh, there's another income stream. Combined with matrix cycling, not that cycling, rank bonuses and advertising rewards. The lottery adds yet another layer to an already complex structure. Now, this was a really simple investigation when I started, and I didn't have much to go on it, but we managed to dig up all this. The recruitment question remains the same. Here we go. How much value is entering the ecosystem from external sources? How much is simply being redistributed among participants already inside? So that's what a Ponzi scheme does. You see, the money comes in the door, and then they just shuffle that money around and they move it around. They pay everyone to keep the illusion alive. And then a new victim comes in and the room gets a little bit fuller. And then they try to divvy up the new money that comes in to keep everyone happy. And eventually there gets too many people in the room and no one's coming in the friggin' door. And then they can't distribute the money. And then everyone goes, oh, they stopped the payments. What went wrong? And I go, well, you should have been in the friggin' building in the first place. What happens when growth slows? Oh, here we go. The building gets empty. This is where the investigation ultimately leads. The website promotes a 2x2 matrix. The presentation explains that participants completely cycles when 12 levels are filled. Members can earn through referrals, matrix placements, rank bonuses, advertising rewards, and lottery participation. Buying yourself a lotto ticket. Every one of those features creates obligations within the system. Obligations? I think that's words, obligations.
Obligations.
I wouldn't have used that word, but anyway, it's not my blog, it's ChatGPT's, isn't it? As long as participation continues growing, those obligations may appear manageable. The challenge becomes when the growth slows, when people stop knocking on the door of the building and the building's getting pretty full with greedy people. Matrix structures depend on positioning being filled. Recruitment bonuses depend on people joining. Lottery pools depend on participation. Advertising claims require genuine revenue. Residual rewards require ongoing funding. Yeah, if you're going to get paid regularly and do nothing, live on the beach for the rest of your life, it doesn't work if people stop coming in the door. Supporters point to blockchain technology, smart contracts, and decentralization as evidence that the model is different. Those technologies may automate transactions, but they do not solve the underlying economy question. Where does the money come from? That is the question that sits in the entire investigation. After reviewing the website, the presentation deck, the YouTube content, the Telegram activity that I'm now banned from, and the recruitment material, I believe, I'm sound like I'm giving a statement in the courtroom, I believe G3 Unity displays many of the characteristics associated with crypto matrix opportunities. The project is extremely new. Its public footprint is tiny. Its compensation structure relies on heavily on matrix participation and recruitment activity. Its advertising claims remain largely unsupported by publicly available evidence. Now, what we've got, perhaps the founders will provide detailed information demonstrating exactly how the economics work. Perhaps additional evidence will emerge as the project develops. Until then, the most important question remains unanswered. Is 3G Unity generating sufficient external revenue to support the rewards being promoted? Or are those rewards ultimately dependent upon continuous flow of new participants entering the system. Because after investigating hundreds of opportunities over the years, I have learnt that flashy websites, smart contracts, referral systems, and promised decentralization wealth are not determined whether the opportunity succeeds. The money does. You need to have the money. You need the money, guys. You need the money for the honey everywhere. Oh, well, that's exciting. Well, hopefully that was a bit of a educational on how we do our investigations and how we deliver this. And I am hoping that now I've renamed some of the words in the blog, that when people search for G3Unity, they will find my blog and they will read my blog and they will listen to it with their hand on their heart and go, boy, Danny is great. He is an amazing individual. His Avengers really know about this stuff and wish we listened to him more. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, it's not hard to do. There's a button that pops up about now. Even though I want to lift my right hand, I know it's this one. I got better. Whoop, this way. So click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, the notification bell, when I go live, you will receive an email. Now, I have another friend that's under my desk. She comes out. Her name is Sadie, the cleaning lady, and she will clean your screen if you subscribe. A lot of people watch my videos and they're too scared to subscribe. Don't be too scared to subscribe. No one knows if you're subscribed or not even me. If you want to join the YouTube channel, there's a wee join link underneath there as well, which is always quite good. And if you are on my website, I will shrink it back to normal size. You will see every page of my website, theheck.com. If you want to do your own investigation, you can go to utilities, and a lot of the sites that we use for helping people investigate are here on our website. We've got different services that I provide for people who may be looking at investing in an opportunity and want some one-on-one time. You can book me, you can book an express chat, sponsor a review on a opportunity if you like, or if you have lost all your money and you're not in a good place, you can book a support session. Now, they're not free. They are, I think they're modestly priced. They help me and my Avengers support the work that we do. We also have a whole lot of other information on our website. One of my biggest investigations that I've been doing lately is Goliath Ventures, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But the thing that I wanted to drive home is if you are trying to look for an opportunity to invest in, I have these ebooks. If you click on that orange button, it will take you to my ebook area of my Ko-Fi website. Instead of paying $5 to support me, why don't you buy one of my booklets, get something for your money, and then you can potentially share that with somebody who may think they're in an investment opportunity when they're about to lose all their money. They all start small, and then they take all your money, and then they collapse, and you lose them all. None of the opportunities that I've been investigating over the years have actually delivered on what their claims say. So you need to be a little bit savvy when it comes to that. We're doing our best to create awareness. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, I'm still here, as you may have noticed. I'm a bit tired at the moment. I've been a bit I'm just tired, and I want to do we're going to do a blog about Christopher tomorrow, Christopher Delgado. Now, he's admitted guilt and said he's pleaded that he's done the crime. So it's now no longer speculation that Christopher Delgado has committed a crime where he's been charged with running a $328 million Ponzi scheme. He's now admitted that he's done the dirty deed. And I am going to do some major announcements about that coming up in the not too distant future. So did want to do it today, but I'm just exhausted, and I need to actually go and have some time off, I believe. But I just wanted to tell you that. But in the meantime, I just wanted to do the news. It kind of pisses me off a little bit. The news is claiming that they have broke the story. We literally had the story before them, but we just haven't had a chance to put it out. But some of the news are now putting out information about Christopher, and I thought I'd play a couple of videos and just give you up to date for those people starving for Christopher News. So let's have a listen to this.
TV weather app in your phone's app store. The Central Florida man charged in a major Ponzi scheme impacting more than 1,000 people will plead guilty on Tuesday. We first broke the news last night. Christopher Delgado agreed to a plea deal. Now we're learning that his sentence will likely depend on cooperation with ongoing investigations that could bring down others who worked for his company, and how much he can get back for those victims.
So we like to thank ourselves. Thank you very much. We've actually been calling this, we've been calling these co-conspirators out for quite a long time. Now that this lovely lady here is really trying to say that she's breaking the news story. But we've been covering it since the 1st of September, which is a wee bit hard to swallow listening to them say that. But anyway, we've been talking about co-conspirators all along and all the people that have lost money to Goliath Ventures. So it's a bit of an emotional roller coaster, even for me. I haven't lost money to Goliath Ventures, but the fact is that we are talking, and we know a lot of people who have lost money to this, and it's just horrible watching people realize that. Long story short, what I want to play this video for is the fact that they're now talking about going after the co-conspirators in the court documents, and that is just beautiful. So I want to put together a good blog, a well thought out blog before I do it. I'll probably have it ready by tomorrow. But I just want to say, you know, that a lot of I believe that we have controlled the narrative. A lot of the stuff I see mainstream media saying now, only because they read from court documents. And it's fantastic that the court documents have got information about co-conspirators in there. So I'm actually, when they talked about this, I watched this video, it brought some joy to my heart, and that's why I want to play it now.
Christopher Delgado signed off on this plea agreement in hopes of avoiding the 50 years he is facing. For at least 3 years, the feds say the former CEO of Goliath Ventures and unnamed co-conspirators promoted a cryptocurrency fund luring at least 1,000 investors. Some wealthy, middle class, hanging on to the hope that they could earn 3 to 8% monthly returns promised in these agreements if they put in at least $100,000. Andy Surley is a former federal prosecutor.
What's good news here for the victims?
That there's a resolution this early in the case, and that there's so many assets that have already been identified that the government is going to forfeit. That indicates that the victims should be getting some relief sooner rather than later.
Delgado must forfeit at least $250 million obtained through the Ponzi scheme. 7 homes, including the Isleworth mansion he walked us through during our exclusive interview we brought you last month when Delgado admitted to the crimes. 11 cars, some exclusive, and a long list of luxury personal items from places like Rolex, Tiffany, and Louis Vuitton. Delgado must also cooperate with ongoing investigations in this case.
So the plea agreement references unnamed co-conspirators numerous times. So that indicates to me as a defense lawyer that this investigation is by no means complete.
It means Delgado may not be the only Goliath employee falling.
Which is fantastic news, isn't it, really? I've wasted 3 hours of your life. Well, you wasted your own 3 hours of life. That's fantastic comment. Thank you very much for that lovely comment. Maybe you were here expecting something different. What did you sit here and watch this for if I've wasted 3 hours of your life? Please let me know. I'd love to know. But the fact that they mentioned the co-conspirator is absolutely fantastic. We've got 27 of them. We know there's 5 that they've talked about, and we also are hoping that there'll be other new cases coming up. So, and the fact that he's admitted guilt and he's pleaded guilty is absolutely fantastic.
For Delgado, his cooperation and statements like this could be considered at sentencing, reducing the time he spends in federal prison.
Now my life's mission is to make these people whole. And that started by me willingly coming back to the United States to take responsibility.
I don't think that's related.
That's how it sounded last night for people.
Wow, how about that? So that was a news clip that we had. Really interesting. So if you haven't been keeping up with current events, ladies and gentlemen, the interesting thing is that we've got all the court documents. We actually got them before everyone else did. It's sort of a bit of a shame that I had a court case yesterday that was attending, but we have got some really good stuff. I'm just trying to figure out why something isn't opening when it should. Why doesn't that open? I'm just having a wee look here. Yeah, so we've got the plea deal here that we'll be going through, and it's 56 pages. The saddening thing, as I said yesterday, was the assets that he's got. That they've all been seized, but he's still living in a house, and like all the properties that they've got, the Rolls Royces, the Bentleys, the Lamborghinis, the Lincoln Navigator, Rolls Royce, two Rolls Royce, it's ridiculous. Wire transfers. So we'll have that news to you. I don't want to rush out a story that isn't, finished really. And there's the other one is where he's admitted guilt and confessed to what he's doing. So it's no longer speculation. He's the plea deal is brilliant. He can't step away from it. And now what I'm hearing is from other news reports that if the stories, so what you didn't hear in that story is I've forgotten her name already, but whatever her name is, Darlene Jones. They have had all their videos with Christopher. This is interesting. We haven't discussed this, have we, Suze? So all the video content that she recorded with Christopher has been subpoenaed. I didn't discuss that, did we? That's interesting because I know some other video evidence. Or maybe they had the same film crew. Who knows? Anyway, I think you can read between the lines on that one. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I've done my dash. I don't want to waste any more of anyone else's time, but that's us today. Obviously, the main purpose of today was to give you educational on how we actually do our research. Quite proud of how we do our research. We do use technology. And obviously, as I said, 3G Unity we had hardly nothing to go on. And all of a sudden, we are now finding that we can dive. We can even make songs. Listen to this.
3 months old. 71 believers. One question. Where does the money come from?
That's pretty cool. But look, it's like in time, if hopefully what we're hoping is people start searching for these scams and look at that straight away. Now we've even though they've spelt their name different, we've spelled ours different. What we hope is when people search for it, that we come up. Now that may have wasted 3 hours of your life, mate, but at least we may have saved somebody who may not be willing to spend 3 hours sitting here watching something thinking I'm wasting my life. But when you come to go to the blog, hopefully somebody can speed read this within 10 minutes and maybe save themselves a lot of grief by investigating the things. And just maybe these names of the people that were hanging out in the Telegram group may think twice before they go into a Telegram group and put their names down in there when they're obviously either participating or educating themselves, or maybe they're victims. But when they search for their names in future, and this is their name, and this is them on whatever, Instagram, I can now monitor them. And then when they come here, their name's going to be associated on my blog for the rest of their life, or to the life of my blog. And if you look at this, you can see this is affiliate marketer, cryptocurrency investor. And this is on their Facebook. So their Facebook isn't available at the moment. The content isn't available. So it's obviously somebody I've followed in the past. And then look at the content on their whatever. And this guy here, I could just about guarantee that he was promoting something like BG wealth sharing. And then we keep collecting the evidence. Not there. Let's see if we can find him anywhere. There we go. Look at that. Oh, no, members. There he is. So this is exactly what my database is amazing for. So here is that person's name, and we've found him promoting Des Alps, which is another scheme which has already collapsed. So this person that we saw promoting this opportunity or in the same group is still going around the internet trying to find, there is my photo, trying to find another opportunity or is actively promoting it to people. And we have documented it. We've got them, in 2 schemes now. So if I did spend the time, which I'm not going to, I could build a profile on that guy, but now we have, evidence that these people, it's not their first rodeo. So that particular guy will probably contact me one day and he will say, "Oh, I'm not a scammer. You've got my name. When you search my name, I come up associated to 3G Unity." And I'll say, "Yeah, but how did you get on with Des Apes?" And they'll go, "How did you know I was in that?" I go, "We follow you. We've been following you for years." All that sort of stuff. Des Apes. Isn't that crazy? I miss Des Apes. Is it Des Apes? Am I saying it right? Des Apes? Apes? Alps? Is it Alps? Des Alps. Des Alps. Des Alps? I think it's Des Alps. It's like the Southern Alps. Anyway, guys, that's me for today. I don't think we've got any. I will have a quick look just quickly. The other thing that we do is we go into Zoom meetings, and it would be rude not to have a quick look to see if there's any meetings happening, especially with Isaac. Just before I call it quits, we have over 250 links of people who use, what do they call that thing? Zoom to promote their crap. But there's always a meeting on, and these are just the latest ones that we've been told about. So I'm just going to fire up a few of those so that we can see if there's any meetings happening at the moment. There often is. So let's have a wee look. We'll use, we won't use that name. We'll stick with Kelly Smith, and we'll go in there and see if we can find a few just while we're here. It'd be rude not to. I think that was the number I wanted. Is that right? Not now. I'll turn the sound off. Make sure that one's not ready to go. What have I got for CPU? RAM. Oh, that's good. That's what we've got. I've just managed to get some software that it tells me when my computer's going to crash if I open up too many of these. But I always like to have a bit of fun. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so the good thing about Chris, while we're talking about Chris, because he said so much, he now has to be 100% truthful and basically hand over all the evidence. And if he gets tripped up, then his plea deal is not going to work for him. And that's really exciting. Just saying, because I reckon he's a lying bastard. Right, so let's have a look here. We've got nothing there. All right, we need to find some others. So let's have a look. There might be a couple. Move Quest. I might have to start removing some of these from my list. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if there's nothing here. There is a few others. I used to be able to open these all up in one go, but now my computer crashes. Coach Vienna. We will open a few from another Ponzi area. We'll just go to the bottom. Lead calling out. How about this? Some of the names that I look at are hard case. So I'm just making sure my RAM is not going to get full. So apparently opening up 40 tabs at the same time is not good for any computer. Alrighty. It's raining outside. I love it when it's raining outside. Dog tired, and he's trying to stay entertained. He's on the floor thinking, "I hate my life. I've got bored out of my brains, Dad. I can't sleep all day long." But he is. What's this? Meet Zoom Mate, your AI teammate that searches and completes work on your behalf. Is this like advertisements? I wonder what Megan and Regan are promoting these days. Good to see you here, Rich. Nice to see you here, mate. I'll just actually put that back up there. Super Quest. There's Lynette. Why doesn't Lynette ever come back to our show? We need to, go, don't we? I Got a bit of a headache. I think I've worked too much. I woke up last night. No, I didn't go to sleep. I looked at the clock and it was 3:33. It was 3:33, and that's when I went to sleep because I must have listened to too much YouTube. I mean, don't go to bed with an earphone in your ear. It's not good for you. And then I don't know. I didn't sleep. Or Pixel wants to go out for the loo or something like that, and it wakes me up again, and then I get back into a sleep, and then I wake up with a headache at I think 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I felt like I didn't want to get out of bed. Oh, what have we got here? Ooh, here we go. Here we go. See what we've got. 6 people. I'll just move that one. I don't know why he asked me to unmute. I don't know what we've got here. I'm Cully. There's no sound. You are mute now. So, I don't know this one. I'll just see if I can find out what this is. Spartan Nation. Does that ring any bells? Anyone want to go into a Zoom meeting? Host. It's just a link. It's public. It's always funny when you say you didn't sleep well because you're about to go to bed, aren't you? I can forget. Yeah, it's late for you guys. A live one. I think it is a live one. So let's just have a wee look and go through here and just make sure there's not 2 live ones. What's that one there? Host waiting. Whoop. What's that one there? Shut that one down. Okay, so that is the live meeting. So why is there no sound? Maybe me. Let's have a look. Default. It is me. Here we go. Have a look. Zoom. There should be sound. Microphone background noise suppression. That's new. I'm going to leave and we'll come back again and see if that shocks it into something. Anyway, something. Spartan Nation. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. Okay, so I'll see if I can open up another browser. Have a bit of fun here. See what havoc we can cause. See what they're peddling. I'll come in here as Danny DeHeck. We'll go in straight guns blazing, shall we? And see whether they know Danny DeHeck. John Haygood. Oh, I don't think I will do Danny DeHeck. I might do Mike Hunt. He's always a good guy. Let's see if we've got sound on this one. That will be a lot easier. Mike Hunt. I might even put a background picture in. Choose a background. Let's see. We can actually. Let's see if we can see all files. Danny. War Room. That might be better. Let's see what we can do there. So that basically means if I put my camera on, see my War Room picture way on the top. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And then I'll turn that off, but I have to put my finger over it. So I need a bit of toilet paper. Oh, tissue paper, I should say. All right, so I'm going to put that over my camera. Ooh, all right, let's see if we can do this. Good. All righty, and then I can turn my camera on, and then you can see my War Room, and then I can pin that, I think. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So there we go. That's my War Room. Now we just need somebody to speak. Now there is no sound. It's really weird. Let's see if we can share. Oh, we can share stuff as well. Oh my God, well, this is an open Zoom meeting, which is quite funny. Well, it might be funny if I open up another meeting. Maybe we can just start sharing stuff. I'll open up another meeting and see what happens. Okay. Am I missing something here? Is there no sound? What? Is anyone here? Here we go. Well, we might as well. Oh, it's going to ask me to restart the computer if I do this, but I won't. Use a password. No, it's just a secret meeting where they're all sitting there parking themselves. Maybe it's a car park. Let's see what happens. Window. Oh, I can't share this one. What could I share? Can I share this one? Oh, it's telling me I need to click a button on that one. Maybe we could just share this. Window. Share. What should I do? So excited. It looks like it might be a meeting that was never shut down. Oh, that could be. Well, let's do something exciting then. Let's go to another window. Let's go to allow this time. What am I doing wrong? Hold it. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, well, this is hard case. I'm actually having troubles here. Maybe I don't need, hold it. Oh, I think I know see what's happening. That's it there. All right, so now what we're going to do is, I see what's happening. Shut that off. We need to go to my YouTube channel. We need to go to the live.
We hired a big media agency last year to handle all of our meta ads. I spent well over 6 figures.
Did you really? Okay, to heck, Danny. And then what we need to do is share Danny. Oh, that's all right. There we go. Look at that. Danny been shared in there. And then we could actually ask if, hello. Could be. Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Hello. Let's put that out of the way for a bit. What else could we do then? So we could go here. Right. I wonder if we can broadcast that. Share. Entire screen. Mike Hunt. It's got to get a new name, don't I? That one there. Share. There we go. And then we can come here. Let's try this. I investigate organized fraud and name and shame the people behind it. No filters, no fear, no takedowns. I'm Danny DeHeck, a New York Times featured investigative journalist. I was in the print edition. It's also featured in a Bloomberg documentary, I should say, and been quoted in the Guardian newspaper Australia. I use open source. I always get things wrong, so get used to that. I use open source intelligence. They call it OSINT. I always say that name wrong. To expose scams, Ponzi schemes, and multi-level marketing fraud. Naming and shaming the bad actors behind the lies. This site, well, my podcast in this case, is my home base. If you go to deheck.com, you'll find my actual website, which I call home base. But I'm reading this off the homepage so I can have a nice introduction to put onto my podcast. So my website is protected by Project Shield. It's Google's defense system for journalists under a digital attack. Scammers often take down my social media, file fake copyright strikes, and launch smear campaigns just to silence me. But I'm still here because the truth doesn't fold. Most people will know me, not because of my podcast, but because of my YouTube channel, Danny DeHeck Investigations, where I crash live scam meetings, confront fraudsters on camera, and expose deception in real time. My interviews aren't really rehearsed or polite. They happen in the moment when scammers realize they have been held accountable. As I said, my investigations have been featured in the New York Times, which I'm very proud of, Bloomberg documentary, and also the Guardian newspaper, as well as ABC News, Channel 9, who claimed I was the Australasia's biggest scam buster. Just because my work does matter. My blog, where everything connects, hundreds of detailed scams and fraud investigations that don't vanish when scammers report my content elsewhere. Every post is backed up by evidence, screenshots, transcripts, court documents, and blockchain data, creating a public record that can't be erased. My podcast, this is my podcast here, is an extension of my work. It is distributed across 18 major platforms. So why is that important? Well, let's just name a few. It's in Apple Podcasts, Shopify, Amazon Music, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. So when scammers try to hide, this is my podcast here, follows an extension of my work. Now I collaborate with whistleblowers, regulators, journalists, and private companies that need real intelligence. Not PR spin. I'm not here for the clicks, even though I wouldn't mind if you did subscribe right about now. Everything published here is verifiable and legally sourced. Corporate filings, domain name data, blockchain records, and the digital footprints scammers can't hide are documented here. And I've got a quote, and it says, "I've taken it upon myself to fight back, exposing fraudsters, confronting, same thing really, confronting scammers, and making sure their lies don't go unchecked." Everything I do here is about exposure to prevention, turning exposure into prevention, helping victims, informing the public, and making it harder for bad
where I'm
actors
at
to
in
hide.
life and who
Yeah.
is in my circle and who I can call as friends. And I amaze myself. But I think a lot of that comes with opportunity. I don't think people really understand the amount of risks that I took early on in my life, not only my corporate career, but also even with my current company, and what I was willing to do and what I was willing to lose to get to this part.
Now, let's be honest. If you saw that kind of story anywhere but on this channel, you might say Chris represents the American dream. His mom is an immigrant. He came from a trailer park. He took risks. And by his early 30s, he's rich, successful. But when I saw this, the first thing I thought was, well, where's the pitch, right? I mean, just to state the obvious, this whole lifestyle on Instagram thing, the celebrity friendships, the story of overcoming all odds, it's pretty textbook marketing for a pitch, a sale. But with Goliath, it was like the opposite. No matter how much I watched clips of Chris, I just never found the pitch.
Would I be open, just knock on your door, "Hey Chris, I have some money, can I invest with you"?
No.
So like a private.
Very private.
Interesting.
My money, more of a consulting, even with Goliath.
It's private.
It's private. Even if you knocked on our door.
Yeah, what's up, bro? Yeah, what's up, bro?
Who's sharing screen?
I am.
So why you think you can just come in and share screen?
Oh,
Don't you have something else to do?
No, not really.
Okay, well, go someplace else. Danny, you really should get a life, man.
I've got a life. What's your life like?
You really should get a life.
No, what's your life like?
My life is wonderful because I
Is it?
believe in Christ. Do you?
Well, that's a personal matter.
No, it's not a personal matter because you come on other people's Zoom.
You
And
don't
first of
own
all,
Zoom.
You lie.
You're using it to promote multi-level marketing. You're not allowed
First
to.
of all, you lie when you put out things. So I don't have
lie.
time to. You have lied many a time.
No, I haven't.
And you do it for
Tell me
personal
a
gain and
lie.
glory because
What
you got
personal
nothing
gain?
else to do.
You're just twisting the truth.
No, I don't got to twist the truth. And you can go ahead and
Well,
broadcast.
give me an example
all
of a
you wanna
lie.
do.
You've just
The
said
only
I've
thing
lied.
that you do is try to be destructive.
No,
and
no.
God
You
gonna
told me
fix
I
you.
lie, so tell me what I lie about.
God gonna fix you. I have watched your Zoom calls and I watch
Well,
how
I'm glad you
edit,
watched them, but why are
and
you
take
saying
away
I'm
things
lying
from
without
people
backing it
who
up with
shouldn't
real
take away.
evidence? If you
Because
can't
you
back
like
up
to
your
edit the
claims
Zoom
with real
calls.
evidence, you're a liar then,
We
aren't you?
both can't talk at the same time. You like
No,
to
but
edit
you're just
people's Zoom
over talking me.
calls
If you ever
and
look at
what
this
they
here,
do.
mate, this is not a lie. It
I
says
don't
that
have
you're
to
not
look at it,
allowed to
Danny.
use Zoom. You're not allowed to
What
use
I saw
Zoom for
you
what
do
you're
when I
doing.
watch your Zoom calls.
Well, you're
I
not
watch
listening
you
to me,
take
mate.
it and edit
You're
people's
gaslighting
words and
me.
turn them around.
You are lying
That's what I
because you
saw
just
you
told me
do.
I lied, but you've got no evidence. So extraordinary claims
I
require
watched your
extraordinary
Zoom
evidence.
calls and I heard the lies and I
Extraordinary
marked the
evidence
lies
is
just
required
like
when
you.
making extraordinary claims. So if I've lied, then
Oh,
tell me
you
what
so
I've
funny,
lied
bro.
for, because you're just talking a whole lot of shit otherwise, aren't you?
It's not about
See,
talking
God's
shit.
going to
It's
come and
about
struck
you.
you down, mate. Satan's going to come and he's going to get a lightning bolt.
Satan is definitely going to come
He's
and
going
get
to
you.
come and get you. If I was
Well, then if we believe the same thing, we should be
if
on the
I
same
was
accord, right?
if I was not doing the Lord's work myself, I would have been struck by
You are
lightning a
not
long
doing the
time
Lord's
ago.
work. Where did the
Look at
Lord
this
tell
here,
you?
mate.
Go to
Look
the
at what
Bible and
this
show me
says
where the
here. You're
Lord told you to
using
do
Zoom
this.
to promote
Go to the
unauthorized
Bible and show me where the
multi-level
Lord
marketing,
told you to
right?
do
That you
this.
are using Zoom against their guidelines. You shouldn't be doing that. And you are a liar.
Other one on here. Oh boy.
Let's go back in there.
This is why I don't let you guys do what you do. Because he comes on in just the way that he like to play.
Let's go back in there. He's removed me from there too, eh? We'll go back to this one. This is God speaking. Is Spartan Nation there, please? We want to talk to you about coming to... Oh, no, I think I've got another connection here somewhere. 1 minute. This guy, I mean, they're all the same, aren't they? Oh, I've been removed all round. So let's go. Go to John. Let's see how we can go back in here. How do we do that, Danny? We need to go... Oprah. So how can somebody call you a liar and then have no evidence for it? This is weird. See what we've got here. We'll see if we'll just clear the browsing history, which I think I have. And we will go in here as iPhone, and see if that makes a difference. Waiting for him to start the meeting. So he's actually rebooted the meeting. Let's see. Yeah, so he's shut the meeting down. But that was quite fun. So it must have been a meeting that he left open and no one left. But it was kind of exciting. Anyway, we'll leave that open for a bit. He may come back. We'll go back to these windows. And Spartan Nation, if we go back to my database, which I love dearly, anyone that's in my database, live in fear. My database is accessed by government agencies when they need to investigate scams. So it's quite a hard case. And because I wasn't a religious guy, he just Jimmy. So right. Team Spartan. So this may be the guy that was in the meeting, because he's part of Spartan Nation. So I should have two things. Hey, I've got some great investigations coming out at the moment. We've got this one here, which is a gold scam. And the guy's been messaging me furiously, telling me he's not a scam. However, using AI to go through this, like he's selling bonds, and it's illegal to sell bonds in one country and another, and there's all these requirements, and I don't, so his terms and conditions are just out of this world. But anyway, I've contacted the guy, and we are about going to do an investigation about this, but obviously I've got lots of other things to do. But anyway, so why I got distracted there is our friend here, Jimmy, who has been promoting lots of other things, obviously has been promoting stuff. So they must have finished that meeting and left and then come back. But that's, what's happening there? Waiting. I'm a liar. So that's how you address people, guys. You just tell them they're liars. You go, you're a liar. And because you're a liar and you're not a man of God and you don't look like God, I'm going to kick you out and call you names and call you a liar. And that's what a man of God does, call somebody a liar with no proof. And why would I lie? And I'm here making money and he's in there making money. So he's accusing me of being in here making money when he's in there making money. Honest truth. Washed up scammer trying to make money. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits here for today. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm Danny the Heck, Team of Avengers. Hopefully got some good stuff coming out for you tomorrow, which will be my Friday, your Thursday night. It's been quite cool. Can't think of anything else I really need to say other than Christopher's guilty. He's now admitted it, and he's going to be locked up for 50 years. That's one good reason why not to, first of all, not listen to us. And imagine getting locked up for 50 years of your life because you wanted to have 3 or 4 years of wealth and wearing flash watches, the best suits, flying around the world and living in mansions. Would you give your life up for 3 or 4 years worth of luxury lifestyle, knowing that all the people that you ever met you ripped them off and stole their money? Well, that's Christopher Delgado, and I'm the man that stopped him. So it's pretty cool. All right, Nev, thanks, mate. See you waving your hands there. We're out of here. It's good night from me. It's good night from the other me. See you soon.